Yeah, dude, red up, bro.
Yeah.
Matches the devil.
Yeah. You know what? Listen, don't think I haven't noticed that every time I come in here, your Boy Scout kerchief matches whatever colors on your shirt.
Dog, you gotta keep it fresh.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on, brother?
Man, I was in Nashville this weekend.
For shows or just looking around?
Just looking around.
And thoughts? Great city.
Great. We saw something we love.
There's only a few places where if you're going to leave California, it's Nevada, Arizona, Texas, and Nashville. Outside that, you're really...
Especially for what we're doing.
That's why I'm saying.
Yeah,
if you're in the biz,
yeah,
those are really the only...
Right.
And you want to save money.
Because I don't want to go to New York.
Can't go to New York.
No.
I cannot.
Could you do one of those winters?
Oh, absolutely not.
Me neither.
I'm from Denver, dude. I can't do a... God,
I couldn't
talking about?
No, I couldn't do it.
A Boston winter?
No, man.
A Denver winter?
And you know what's funny is people always say, but you're from Massachusetts. And I'm like, yeah, it was fucking cold when I lived there too.
Yeah, I learned my lesson.
That's why I'm here.
I never want to deal with that again. Waking up in the morning, scraping out my window was...
Of the car?
The worst start to a morning.
Ever. Do you know what we used to do as kids though? Because everybody would let their car run in the morning. We would go out, this kid that I grew up around, and we would get in people's cars and move them. So if you were warming up your car in your driveway, we would get it, we would move it and switch it with your neighbor's car. So you'd come out and there would be a car warming up in your driveway. It just wasn't yours.
Hilarious. But the kids in my neighborhood would just steal the car. So, because I remember there was like, I think Pioneer made it where you could click a button because it'd be freezing like a blizzard.
Yeah.
And you'd be in the house, you could just start your car. So when the time you got in, everything was defrosted, is warm, which you'd take like half an hour to warm up, but you could just press a button. Well, that word got around town, then people were just jacking cars. It was the worst way to wake up, dude.
The scraping the windshield. I remember vividly the last time I scraped the windshield. I said to my dad, I put it down, and I said, "Hey, I'm never doing that again."
The worst.
And he said, I'm going to be living in cold weather for a long time. I go, yeah, but I'll never be back.
It's not, sports aren't fun. Sledding's all right. Skiing, snowboarding, overrated.
Tell me how much it sucks to be walking in your kicks and to step in one of those slush puddles. You didn't know it was fuck.
Game over, dude.
No.
I like the fashion in winter, like coats, but if it's too big, then you got to take it off. You're sweaty inside.
The other thing is, you know how you can tell it's too cold? Here's how I can tell you right now I'm never living in your city. If I don't know my nose is running until I taste it,
oh, dude,
it's too fucking cold.
Yeah, it's just too numb. It's just numb.
If it rolls down, you're like,
dude. So, but you guys went to Nashville and you loved it?
Went to Nashville, man. We really, really loved it. And, you know, man, the truth is, and I'm sure you're going through this also. Did you ever think you were going to leave LA?
Never.
So that's what it is for me. For me, I'm not nervous starting there, and I actually, that newness excites me.
Me too.
It gets my creative juices going. But as life-wise, as a person, I just always saw myself
me
here.
Too.
Do you know? And so
it gives
that's
me the worst
thing.
anxiety.
Yeah.
And I'm also worried about, and it's one of the current events, is Jerry Seinfeld was talking about New York because this blogger wrote how New York's dead, and Jerry goes in on him, and I stand by everything Jerry said. And he talks about how, you know, there's a creativeness and there's an energy with New York and LA and Tokyo and London, and I'm worried that creativeness and that energy might be lost if you go. You know, like I was talking to Tim Dillon about moving to Austin. I'm like, dude, let's go out there. We can start a show, the podcast studios and stuff. And he goes, maybe. He goes, my worry is that it feels like I'm actually moving into retirement. He goes, it feels a little bit like retirement if we move out there, which I understand.
100%. You know, one of the reasons that, like, when my kids, we were empty nesters and we were still stuck out in Encino, I said to Beth, I'm like, what the fuck? We got to get out, down into the energy. Because I'm becoming complacent out here. I'm just sitting in my house.
I know.
I'm just sitting here. Like, you're the first person, and I'm sure other people feel this way, but you're the first person to have put it the same way I've been putting it, which is that energy that you can't see it, but you feel it.
You feel it. As soon as you touch down LA, you can feel it.
Yeah, you're ready. And so I will say that
it's scary, right?
That's the thing that scares me the most.
Did you feel it in Nashville, though? There's a bit of a buzz in Nashville, but...
So we're not going to move out to Franklin or any of those places out there, which is outside the city, which is where families are. Beth and we're not going to be downtown, and I don't want to say exactly where we're going to be, but we're going to be in the mix a little bit because that's what we want. We want that energy. We want to be where people are walking around. We want to be where someone can walk to get their shit, their groceries, where there are people just moving all the time.
I know.
You know what I mean?
See, what I want, I kind of have it here where I live far from the city. So my home life, it's safe. There's yards, there's kids can play, there's wide open areas, but then I drive into the energy and the vibe of a big city, and then I can get out. Because I don't want my family living in the energy.
I'm with you that, man. But my kids are all
I know, you're good.
Grown. So that's the thing.
Theo's going to Nashville just for the month of September, just to feel it out. And he's just waiting to see what everyone does.
What do you feel like for you? Is that your biggest fear, is what'll happen creatively? And outside of that, you're not scared? Like, you're good with the...
All of it scares me.
Yeah.
All of it scares me. Yeah, I think, it's like the band's breaking up, man. By band, I mean all of us.
Yeah.
Like, freaking Joey's already in New Jersey. I sent him a text this morning. Joey's in New Jersey. Other guys aren't working for other reasons, which we won't get into. Rogan is in Texas.
Do you just feel like, though?
To me, it's just like, one thing that keeps me here in LA is like my friends, even if we might saw each other all the time, but we'd work with each other, we'd see each other at the store, or the Improv or wherever. It's just like now that that's kind of gone, it's like, I don't know, man.
Here's the thing that I'm excited about, because I am the type of person, though, where something new and scary excites me.
Me too.
And I am the type of person that needs that every now and then. I need to be like, I don't know, let's not open the chute for a while. Let's see what the fuck happens.
Me too. I do better when I'm like, God, I need to figure this out.
Me too.
It always works out better for me.
Too.
When I'm like, oh, fuck. When I'm a little scared, I'm like, I don't know, man. Then I dial down, because right now it's, my stuff in LA is pretty set. Like, I know, obviously there's shenanigans of firing the kid, but outside that, everything's pretty. I have a schedule. And it's like there's not too much unknown.
Here's the one thing I will say that I'm excited about. And for you guys who are moving to Austin also. So comedy in LA got as good as it could possibly get.
Probably the best ever.
Without a doubt, man. If you combine the talent that was here, like the amount of when I would go on the road, and I'm sure you too, and you would look at who was at the club before you and who's after you.
Always do.
You're just like killer.
Always do.
Yeah. Killer. Every club, I'm like, well, you guys got 3 months of just
monsters.
Heat.
Yeah.
Right? So what was happening here was bound to, we all talked about it. I'm sure you did. When's the bubble going to burst? When the bubble went, right? I think what's exciting is, so it got as good as it got. And now let's see.
What's next?
Yeah, it's almost like,
I don't think it's here, though.
I don't either. Not right now. I don't either. I think some of the smaller places.
I don't
think so either. I don't know. Look, when if you look at the Comedy Store, and we both love the Comedy Store, and the Comedy Store, man, Mitzi passed me. I worked the door at the Comedy Store.
I didn't know you were a door guy.
I worked the door at the Comedy Store.
What?
Man. Yeah, dude. Mitzi.
You were a door. Who were you a door guy with anyone else that made it? Because for every door guy that's made it, there's way more that didn't.
Yes.
Everyone's like, I was a door guy. But you're also a bouncer at a nightclub. Like, dude, just because you're a door guy doesn't give you any credit into the, like.
You know what Mitzi said to me the first time she catched me off coming off stage, and she gave me you got the bony finger. That sounds dirty, but it isn't.
Yeah.
But she's calling you over. And I sat down next to her, and she said, you were very funny. And I said, thank you. And she goes, and you're so handsome, like a young Steve Guttenberg.
Steve Guttenberg. All right, well.
And I was like,
okay. All right.
Yeah.
It's a weird reference, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah, look.
What a God. You're way better looking than that guy.
I was like, God.
I appreciate you liking the set, but I'll take offense to the Gutenberg reference.
I will say this, as a Jew, the one thing that happens to Jews is that, look, see young Steve Guttenberg? He doesn't look so Jewy. But one day, Jews just look like Jews.
They're like Cinderella.
Like one day, your cheeks sag. One day, you're like this young, handsome dude. And the next day,
that's Asians too, though.
You're a fucking
Asians
Jew.
are gorgeous till they're like 79, even 100,
It's like-
and then overnight it's like, holy shit, dude.
Well, listen, man. If you go to 100, is it really overnight? I mean, you know what I'm
But
saying?
even Asians at 100, like you're like, god damn. And then if whatever father time's like, nah, man, time's up.
What if you had to have sex with an over 80 woman?
Ooh.
Is it got to be Asian?
Asian, yeah. Asian or black,
I think black.
yeah. Definitely not white.
No,
As a white guy, I'm here to let you know,
oh, man.
white people age like fruit. It's
yeah,
not.
it's all bones and skin.
Although white guys don't age bad. Like there's some handsome older white dudes.
Yeah, but I will say this about white dudes. You never see a white dude over, say, 70 who's over 150 pounds. 175.
That's my thing, dude. Name the biggest grandpa you know. I don't have a lot of time left.
No.
I need to make some moves here.
I'm saying, like,
That's what I'm saying. Name the biggest grandpa you know with tattoos and cauliflower ears. I'll wait. I got 20 good years left, man.
Yeah.
I gotta make them count.
well, listen, dude, you keep getting out on that bike, man.
Still, name a tall grandpa.
No.
It's game over,
No,
dude.
you're right.
We're like Great Danes.
Dude, you know what happened to? Okay, I'm sure this has happened to you. I'm in the airport in Nashville. Have you ever straddled up to a urinal, and like an old dude straddles up next to you, and he really has trouble peeing, and he makes those pee noises?
You can tell it's struggle city.
Yeah, where first of all,
It's a drip.
there's a lot of this, but inevitably that dude lets out like a 40-second fart.
He's been holding.
Like, you know what I mean? Like the one long continuous. 40,
But isn't it weird? Like that's the only place where it's okay just to let it rip, and no one's gonna say anything. I still laugh at 37. I still laugh. Like I'll have to walk away and laugh.
Come on, man.
But it's weird. The urinal's the only place where it's just like.
But you don't laugh the first 15 seconds, but you're like, is this still?
I
Is
just
this
stay
still?
there. I just try to zone out. It's very weird.
It's just a,
yeah. You can tell he's just been, dude. He's in his sweats.
yep, for sure.
Mints in the pocket.
Making the,
It's a struggle, dude.
I will say also, and I was telling you this off air, man, I have finally reached that age where I think I always have to wear underwear, and I don't think I can wear khakis anymore.
But khakis with the undies.
Well, no, because there's a drip, and that is just
I know.
that one. I'm sure Rinks has a drip. I'm sure when you go to the bathroom and he goes to the bathroom, at your age, you can still say, "I'm gonna take a quick pee."
Oh yeah.
There's no such thing for Rinks. There's no quick pee.
Yeah, and Brian has the biggest balls you've ever seen in your life. Where
Big
like,
or long?
ball, they're just old and they're like low hanging, and I'm like, dude, you need you know how some people get like a facelift? You need a nut lift.
How?
Like
Okay.
and also some fucking some Botox. They're so wrinkly.
Well, I don't mind wrinkly nuts. I don't think your nuts to be smooth.
You've never seen nuts like Brian's.
If you have wrinkly nuts, you taking a little needle into your nut just for cosmetics?
I'm not,
Yeah.
but some guys do. They make
I
them
would
smooth
never.
like a basketball.
I fuck that. That's not that important to me.
Yeah, I think it's more in the gay community.
Let me ask you a question. How come, and now you're bringing it up, plastic surgeons, you can get your boobs lifted without getting fake boobs. How come we can't get like a little fishing reel? You know what I mean? So you can, it's like,
I'm pretty sure they do I think it's called a ball tuck.
yeah, but what if you wanted it to be like
made that.
blinds? So you could,
that'd
lift
be
them
cool.
up and drop them?
Well, your body naturally does that with temperature, right?
I
If
think
you're
not at a
if
certain
it's-
age.
Yeah, I don't know. Brian's. There you go.
Holy.
Thousands of parents, countrymen have tried Scrotox,
Scrotox.
just not models.
But
of
by the
movie
way,
stars.
the ones on the right,
the ordinary
look terrible.
people like
I
teachers,
know.
fathers, business people. That's also from the 80s.
But let me ask you a question. Would you rather have the left? By the way, those nuts are terrible. Those
nuts
are the
are-
worst nuts, either ones. But you would rather be right nut? Like those look like alien pods.
Yeah, I'd rather be the left nut.
I don't want shiny.
Matter of fact, those might be my nuts on the left. Those are identical to my nuts. Those ones on the right look so disturbing.
those aren't good. Those look like alien. Like I don't like
Why are
that.
they so shiny?
Yeah, and why? I don't want smooth.
Scrotox.
Look what the guy says. I can see my reflection in them. First of all,
Oh, how about this?
Cubby, the professional.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Cubby, the professional bodybuilder. My scrum looks like a Christmas ornament. I don't want that, dude.
But I do like the name Scrotox. I think they
I like the name Cubby.
I don't, not for a bodybuilder.
No.
I don't like that name.
Oh, yeah, that's a hard pass. I wouldn't do it.
The needle to the nuts is where
And
I'm
has any girl been like, oh, your nuts are just too wrinkly?
I'm sure.
Like, really?
I'm sure. Don't you think there's
I
some,
don't like your nuts are just too wrinkly.
well,
Said no one ever.
I don't
Ugh.
I don't wax my nuts.
No.
I know dudes who wax their nuts.
They have that their nuts are that hairy. They got to wax.
That's what I said. I said, how hairy?
how hairy?
How hairy
'Cause they
are
don't
your
have a lot of follicles on 'em.
There was one guy who told me that he was like, yeah, I wax everything. I wax my taint. And I was like, dude, if you have hair on your taint, you've got an extra chromosome.
Yeah,
like you shouldn't
yeah.
have. That should be.
Or
a
you're
hair-
Russian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that should be a hair-free
Yeah,
zone.
that's
the taint.
tough, dude.
You know where the
That's why thank God at Manscaped. You know, they've been a sponsor of the show, but where they don't nick your nuts. Like before, I would use my same face thing. And do you nick your nuts, dude? First of all, they bleed. Oh, I don't know,
Brendan-
forever.
the first time you nick your nuts, you're like, oh, I'm bleeding out. Is this how it ends?
You're gonna die.
Oh yeah. I called my dad. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? He was like, yeah, it's just gonna.
Like if you're trying to get rid of yourself, forget cutting your wrist, cut your nut.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
dude.
the blood it just flows.
If you
and it's like a paper clip, and it's. I'm telling you, you'll bleed through your underwear.
Yeah, forever.
Every guy ever. Then Manscaped was like, we need this to stop.
Yeah, this is. I remember the first time I cut my nuts. I was worried. I was like, this is not.
What do you do?
This is. I put my feet above my heart. I'm like, I gotta stop.
Smart.
I gotta stop the bleeding.
I just like, well, this is how I go. This is how I go. Oh, dude, I was riding my bike yesterday, and I was going down this hard decline, flying probably 40 miles an hour, fucking flying. But I'm using the brakes, so I don't want to crash, and so I'm using the brakes, and I go to there I am. I don't be mad at the quads. I go to get off, dude. The brake, I wouldn't even think about it because
Yeah.
when you're braking, it's gonna get hot. And I got off and just wanted to set my bike because I was gonna get something out of my bag. The brake caliber hit my leg, dude. I swear to God, I thought a rattlesnake finally got me. It was the brake was steaming. I mean,
Really?
piping hot, burned, singed the fuck on my list. But I swear to God, I was like, oh, it's a rattlesnake. It hurt that bad. I literally screamed out. It hurt so bad.
Are you a high pitch screamer or are you like a man
No, I'm
screamer?
a cusser.
Oh, are you?
Fuck! Yeah, I'm that guy. Right away, I cuss.
I am a unfortunate
Screamer?
My brother won't see horror movies with me. Not only am I a shrieker, dude, I'm gonna tell you a little bit of a bitch move. I'm a jazz hander.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, I'll
When I get real scared.
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
jazz.
yeah.
It's super.
Is it weird?
It's
I wonder
so
why that's a reaction.
embarrassing.
Like-
The jazz hand
Yeah.
is my Jacob, my son, he knows that I scream like a bitch when I get scared. So he scared me a bunch of times over the years, and I didn't know what he was. He put a video together, and it's just like
you be like-
30 scares of me going, ah, fuck you, fuck you, fuck, like that the whole
Hilarious.
time. What a dick.
Dude, last time I was watching, I think it's House on Haunted Hill. I think that was that scary Netflix
The
show.
Netflix show, it's so good.
Part 2's coming in October. Part 2, 2020 October. But House on that was a video game. The
Like
scary.
the House on Notting Hill, something like
I
that.
think that's right. But there's a scene in there, spoiler in 3, 2, 1. There's a scene in there towards the end where they're taught like it's a ghost that haunts them, right? And they're just talking in the car, and you know when there's like the music or there's a build up to
Yeah.
like something scary, so you kind of brace yourself. And we're just me and my girl sitting there watching on the couch, and I got my arm around her, and I'm like, this show's kind of boring. Like it was good, and then something pops out of where you didn't expect, dude. I fucking did like this. I brought my leg up like this. I was like, yeah. My girl's like, oh my God. I was so embarrassed.
What is the type of haunted movie? Because Saw and movies like that,
The gore,
they don't scare me.
they don't scare me. Like Hostel scares me. Hostel 2 scares me because that probably really goes on.
Anything that I think could possibly even a 1% chance of
Scares
happening.
the shit out of me. Like
Well-
Annabelle, The Conjuring.
Oh, dude, any demon stuff.
You gotta watch this Netflix series.
Really?
Oh, dude.
Is it-
If you like scary?
Yeah.
It's like that. Yeah, it's this house that these kids grew up in. It's haunted, but never really leaves them. It's so good.
What was that movie
Yeah, there
where
it is.
the people showed up? I think it was based on a true story where those people showed up at a house some people were renting in masks.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Strangers?
Was it called The
Or
Strangers?
Uninvited? Oh no, Strangers. I think you're right.
I think Strangers.
You like scary movies stuff too, Kat?
Yeah.
Yeah, that,
I love it.
That
Love it.
movie, anything where it could happen, really, that's it.
Yeah, that one's fucking scary.
Anything where it could happen,
like even the first Purge is a little scary,
Dude.
'Cause that could definitely happen. We're kind of moving that way.
what's your move on The Purge? If you have 24 hours, what's your
Dude.
move?
Rent a boat and get out.
Get out.
I'm gonna rent as soon as like, hey, Purge, In 3 months, I'm going to Marina Del Rey, paying whatever it takes to rent a boat
Yeah.
for the next 5 months. I'm going out there.
Yeah, I'm not pretending to be tough guy.
No, that's not my move, man. I'm getting a boat. We're out of here.
Yeah.
Or whatever city's not doing it, fly me there.
Listen, dude, you're talking to two guys. One guy who matches his kerchief to his shirt.
Yeah, dude.
And,
I don't want to partake in any of it.
and another dude who
Also,
jazz
who
hands.
would
like,
kill somebody? Can you imagine killing, like, even my worst enemy? What?
no.
I can't even kill animals. Like,
No.
I'll teach my son not to, like, his grandma, like, there's ants, so he's trying to step on them. And then we're outside yesterday, and he's like, Papa, ants. He starts stepping. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? We don't kill ants, dude.
Dude,
he's like, why? I'm like, we don't kill anything.
Really?
We kill nothing.
Do you guys like
No spiders I catch, I release.
Really?
I kill, unless there's like a rattlesnake in the house. But even I catch spiders, I release them. I don't step on ants. I don't hit bees.
outdoors? This is your territory. Outdoors. You're outdoors. I'm not going to kill
Unless it's one of those wasps with abs.
you. Done.
If it's one of those hornates, as Brian calls them,
Done.
with abs, and it won't leave your family alone,
Done.
well, then I got to end it, dude. Because now you're a threat to the fam.
But when a bee buzzes your tower, are you calm, cool, and collected?
Nope. Terrified of bees.
Me too.
Once-
That one of those?
Well, if one of those hornates decides to come around the family, I'm going to have to execute you, buddy.
Why does that dude's thumb? Look at the size of his thumb.
That's a big ass fucking.
Good God.
How about my father-in-law was trying to be cool around my son? We were by the pool. For whatever reason, there's, bees do their thing. I don't know if they're drinking water or whatever, but they're like floating around. And he's like, yeah, they're harmless. They won't do anything. And one was like zoom around. And my son scared him because I'm scared of him. So he's like, oh, let's be scared. So his grandpa, my father-in-law, was like, no, you don't have to worry about the thing. He was like, you can catch him, throw him. And he goes, look, the thing stung the shit out of him. I'm like, dude, what were you
hornet.
thinking, dude? The fuck you thinking?
I'm interested, man. I don't know if I've ever asked you this before.
8 inches.
But I've definitely never asked you that
Okay,
before. You're talking about the length of your foot.
Yep. I'm sorry. Brian's balls back there.
Yeah.
They're so big. I wish we could show them. They're so big.
I mean, I'd take a look once.
Probably not the best thing to show right now, but you feel
Yeah,
me.
probably.
Yeah, probably.
You can show
Hard pass.
I'm super curious. I ask parents this all the time because I'm curious if they're related. What's the one thing that you wish your kids get from you, and what's the one thing you
Ooh,
wish that they
shit.
don't get from you?
You, good Lord. What a question.
And because for a lot of people, when I ask that, they're kind of related.
I've never thought about that.
So
I hope they. Oh, go ahead.
Well, no, go ahead because I asked you. Yeah,
Well, the one thing he takes from me,
yeah. What is one thing you hope
work
they-
ethic. Like whatever. I don't give a fuck what he does, whether it's video games, whether he gets into stand up, TV, any sport, as long as he works his ass off,
Right.
I'll support any of it.
Yeah.
But if he's half assing it, I'm going to be so disappointed. Just work ethic, seeing how hard I work. The one thing I hope he doesn't get from me is probably don't work all the time.
So they're it's
Don't
crazy.
work all the time.
Mine
Be
are related
present,
too.
and then also maybe I don't know. I probably should talk to someone about it, with material things. Like I'm really into cars. I'm really into shoes, houses, like real estate. I hope he's not that into the stuff. But if he grows up with me, like he's like, but he's like, Papa, those are Big Bird. I'm like, they're not, dude. They're Grateful Dead's. Know your shit. But it's like I hope he doesn't.
Well, listen, dude.
Just like it-
but he
it's-
grew up differently than you. You grew up with no money, right?
Yeah,
So
and that was like the way to be cool,
Right.
in school was like shoes and like clothes like made it cool. I don't know.
It's interesting, dude, because the two relate.
Yeah.
And my two relate too. Like I always wanted my kids to be good to people. I want to look people in the eye, to treat people with respect. Like how you treat other people to me is a sign of who you are as a person.
Don't you think they'll get that though? Because if you, let's say you're not, let's say you're an asshole and you're racist,
Mm-hmm.
there's a good chance your kid's gonna be racist. That's where it stems. Like racism,
Yes.
we're not born with racism.
No,
it comes from shitty parenting.
But sometimes you can look at it, sometimes you rebel against your parents and sometimes you're on board with it. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, so for me, like, I wanted them to just know that the way you treat other people is a reflection of the type of person you are, in my mind. Especially the way you treat people who you don't have to treat well.
Correct. People that can't help you
Yes.
or something. Yeah.
I think
like
that is-
waiters and whoever it is.
100% shows me who you are.
Yes.
But the one thing I hope they don't get from me, which has happened to me here in Los Angeles, and is one of the reasons, You know, one of the good things about moving, dude, is that the things about yourself that you don't love, you're going into a new place where you get to start fresh.
You think?
Listen,
Because I feel like
you're meeting new people.
Yes.
If there are one or two things about yourself that you want to go, you know what, this needs an update. You can do that around a new group of people. Like, you're not going to turn into like a brand new people. Are like, that's bullshit.
Yeah, like
But like for me,
Josh Raps now.
yeah. For me, the one thing that I hope doesn't happen to them that has happened is I don't want that treating people well to be. I don't want them to become weak with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, where people take advantage of them.
Yeah. And so I found myself that happening to me for a few years here.
Where you're so nice.
People saw the
You're like the Denver
kindness
Nuggets of comics.
Exactly.
Where you don't have that killer instinct.
Right. You need Kobe on your team.
You need a killer.
You need someone who's like, we're up by 40, step on the gas.
Yeah. And it also, if you're gonna, push this player, this guy's coming out and he's gonna beat the shit out of you.
100%. 100%. And so it's weird how the two are combined. But your two are combined.
I know.
Also.
That is strange.
Because it is probably one of your huge strengths is your work ethic.
Yes.
But do you have balance?
I haven't for a long time. I've found balance in this pandemic.
Do you think when you're out of the pandemic, those lessons will stick?
I think so, yeah. Because my son, he's only 9 months. I've been so hands-on, put him to bed, waking him up, spend the day with, I've been so hands-on as a dad. Like, it's like doing 4 weekends in a month no matter how much money I make, it's not worth it, man.
Yeah.
Because, I miss a lot of that stuff with my oldest son, My girl's like, yeah, I got all this with Tiger. Like, you missed a lot of this because I had to because I was in tour in Dublin, Australia because I was going to get my foot in the door. So I had to do it at the time. So now it's a little different.
It's funny too the things when I would tell. Look at those.
So
the
cute.
things when I would tell the things when I would tell Beth, I can't miss this weekend. She was like, well, how about next weekend? Well, I can't miss next weekend. And now that there are no weekends, you realize none of those weekends are important.
I know.
Not a fucking one of them are as important. You could miss any of them. You could miss absolutely any of them. For me, I mean, obviously, I wish this pandemic hadn't gone down or whatever we want to call it.
You can take some positive out of it.
There have been...
I can wear the scarf without being judged for the rest of my life.
I mean, you were judged when you walked in here.
But still, I can still wear it. Where people, if I walked in another place, like, get out of here. Now there's like, maybe sick. It matches, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't just wear this. I'm going to wear this in 2021. I'll tell you that right now.
Are you rocking that
this
2021?
This is my thing now, dude. Welcome to Scarf City, baby.
When are you going to start wearing one around your wrist?
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
Unless you play guitar, you can't wear it around the wrist.
Dude.
I haven't seen someone do that in forever.
Can I tell you? So back when, you remember when those thick leather cuffs?
Hell yeah.
Okay. So I had a thick leather cuff, and I was playing Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And I walk into this club, and the guy's like, all right, and I'd never been there before. He goes, okay, and we go over the whole thing. And he said to me, he goes, but look, man, and what do you need for sound? And I told him. He goes, what's the setup? And I told him. He goes, well, listen, we don't have a setup for a bird. And I go, what?
No bird.
And he goes, we can't, I mean, your bird can't come. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, isn't that for a bird? And I go, no, it's not a bird. It's like, it's not a fucking.
Makes so much sense though. Like, you can't have the bird, man. You're like,
Can I tell you,
dude, you gotta be a special dude to rock them now.
we said it before, like with Brad Pitt, you can wear whatever you want.
Well,
this dude.
dude, even like the bracelet. It's like, I'm sure maybe one of his kids gave it to him, but if I just came in and rocking that, people are like, dude, come on, man.
Can you go back to what the title of this is called?
Johnny
Depp
Depp
style leather? Oh, so he doesn't, this isn't his.
That's
it's
not
just
the
a
one.
Johnny
No,
Depp.
his is probably Gucci or some shit like that.
I got to tell you, man, he looks showered in that picture, so I'm alarmed by that.
Yeah.
This, Johnny Depp looks like, there you go. It's still
He's
showered.
a good looking. He looks dope. Like that hat.
But he
looks
does,
cool.
he looks like he smells like old meat.
Yeah.
Like
he
he's
smells like a pirate.
Yeah. He's got a little.
But going back to Nashville, like I think whether it's Nashville, Texas, Phoenix, Vegas, it's different too. If this was, in the 90s or 80s, like when you're gone, you're fucking gone. Now it's like with
Connected.
internet, connect, podcast, social media, it's like you're still connected,
100%.
Like you're not just off the map.
And if you
Like you can still have your boys on your show. They can fly there. They can Zoom. Like it's not
Easy.
like just Josh is gone. You know, we're never gonna hear from you. Like you can still be in the same orbit.
you had to be in LA or New York before. And now that's just not the case. It's just not the case. And that's what makes it less scary. It makes it like, okay, this is kind of like, well, look, we're not pioneers. We're not going into cities that don't have buildings and shit.
No,
You know what I mean?
no.
But we are going into a place that doesn't exactly have what we do. So there is a huge unknown. But at the end of the day, how many of the people who listen to this show are in Los Angeles?
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know. A
Do you know what I
fraction.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, so if I think about the money that I actually make because I'm here,
Agree. There's more pros than cons, especially the way especially the way this state's headed.
dude, if I'm you with 2 young kids, I would love to raise them somewhere. No offense to the other parents where you live in Richie Richville, but I think I loved my kids growing up with a little diversity and a little roughness. Not
No.
rough like danger, but like,
Yes.
do you know what I
agree.
mean? Grit
Yeah.
with a little bit.
Agree.
Because
Like, dude, even here, we went on a tour of other schools that he would go to from, kindergarten through 6th grade, and we're going around the schools. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ.
what do you-
Looks like a goddamn Apple building. It's like there's going to be no obstacles. There's just.
how many benefits did you get out of growing up poor?
And not only that, but growing up around so many different people,
Yeah,
like
dude.
navigate my way through. All right, this kid's super hostile. This kid's this. Like, you don't want it all to be a smooth ride. As
No.
much as I don't want him to deal with turmoil, it's like you kind of got him, man.
I think,
And also, if you look at
100%.
the public schools, especially that Lake Travis, in certain public schools in Austin, those public school systems, some of the best in the nation, because of Barbara Bush, who was a former teacher, put all this funding into the schools. So the schools are through the fucking roof. Like, there's something
Yeah,
with
man.
that I dig.
I'm a firm believer in public schools, man. Like I'm
In LA, I'm not, because
No,
I
I
do
agree.
want my kid to survive.
Yep.
Like, there is,
Yep.
you want him to have a bit of a rough time, but you also want him to stay alive.
you
Yeah.
want to go to a school and be like, you don't want him growing up and being like, everybody's rich and white,
Correct.
because we know those people.
I've never enjoyed any of them.
Not a fucking one of them. Not a fucking one of them. So I think it's really important, man. I think you're doing the right thing, especially for schools. And by the way, you know what's going to be here in 5 years? California.
That's what I saw my father-in-law yesterday, because he's going to retire and he's going to come with us.
Yeah.
And, they don't tax his 401k out there, stuff like that. And, I was like, I get horrible anxiety when I think about, like, I love my house, picking all the stuff up and leaving the kids and stuff like that. And he goes, Brendan, at the end of the day, let's say worst case scenario, you go out there and you hate it, which you're not, but let's say you fucking hate it. LA's still here, man. You can always come back a year or two later. Like, it's not you're not going to another country.
Yeah.
You just come back.
And dude, you'll come back with a renewed, you know?
But my thing is, I'm not going to just move to like Lake Travis and just be gone forever.
Right.
Like, I'm still going to have to fly back probably weekly to start to LA.
Me too.
Commute.
I mean, I told Beth, I'm like, I'm probably gonna have to fly back.
But all your kids are going to still be here, right?
My kids are here. My brothers are all here. All 3 of my brothers live here. My parents live in Reno, but I told my parents, I said, if I was my parents are in their 80s, so they're taking zero risk, and I don't blame them. They're like, hey,
They don't want to travel.
They don't want to travel.
My dad hasn't left his house since
Yeah, my dad too.
CNN ran one article.
Look, my dad and mom are both over 80, so as healthy. And my dad he does golf every day.
Does he have your genetics?
My dad has had a 6-pack at 65
Yeah.
years old.
Your dad's straight. Yeah, he's fine.
He's good. This dude,
But they don't want to leave.
they don't want to take a chance.
But I get that.
I totally get it. So he told my mom and dad both were like, look, if you go to Nashville and you're worried about not seeing us, you're not going to see us till spring anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Dude, I told my dad, I'm like, I sent him a picture of Boston. He's like, Jesus Christ, he's getting big. I sent him a video of Tiger singing, because Tiger loves the music right now. So I sent him a video of that.
What's he singing?
Meet me in the middle.
Yeah.
He loves Drake. He loves Drake.
All right.
But so I tell my dad, and he's like, God, I miss them. He's like, we're gonna come out there. I'm like, oh yeah, the flights are cheap. I'll book your ticket. He's like, chill. Nobody's flying.
Yeah.
We'll drive out there. I'm like, God damn.
From
dude.
Colorado?
Yeah. He's like, we'll just drive.
Nonstop? Is he just gonna?
I don't know, dude. We used to go on road trips as a kid, but he's like, we're not dealing with COVID at all. I'm like, all right.
Do you know when we used to drive? My mom and dad both terrible farters.
Oh, they fart in the car.
And so there was one time we were driving on the Mass Turnpike, which is the big turnpike in Massachusetts. And my dad pulled the car over because my mom was just, she must have been on like a heavy protein diet or something.
Just ripping it up.
And my dad pulls the car over.
Would you guys laugh at it?
It was rough. We were laughing, but it was rough. And my dad pulled the car over, and we're on the side of the freeway, and he goes, hey, you got to step out.
Yeah, get the fuck out.
And my mom goes, what? He goes, what do you want me to do? He goes, I don't know, walk it off. But you got to get out.
You got to do something. It's a long ride, man.
Because sometimes it gets stuck in your pants. He was like, just
then
shake
it's
it out.
You just, just get the fuck out of the car.
So my mom just walked up and down the freeway for a little while on the side. We sat in the car.
He's like, you good? And, all right, let's hit back. Jesus Christ. But also tight move.
Yeah.
But also tight move.
Yeah, I could never do that.
Do you go back to Boston much?
Well, my parents live in Reno now. So for
So
me,
there's no reason for it to, really?
I love performing in Boston.
What's weird is all my good friends are from Boston.
Is that right?
Every good friend I have, Rogan, you, Jeff Foley, like Stevie Blue Eyes, I have so many friends from Boston.
Listen, man, I am going to be completely biased, but I think there's something about the Northeast, and I think it's something to do with the pace and how you grow up giving each other shit. It's a different style of humor.
Yeah.
And there's a certain pace to it that I love.
What club do you do?
When I go back there, I go to Laugh Boston.
Is that a good club? I've never been there.
Yeah, man. I love it.
See, there's something cool about theaters, right? I think
You do the Wiltern back there.
I do the Wilbur,
Wilbur, I mean. Yeah, the Wilbur.
where I think theaters are cool for other comics, but as far as for the fans go, the club is the best experience you can have for a comedy venue. The club's by far the best. Theaters are too big.
I agree.
It's not personal. The energy, you can't feel the energy. Clubs are the way to do it. So, like, Boston's one of my favorite fucking cities of all time. Named my son Boston, for God's sakes. So it's like, I hated last time I went there. I did the Wilbur one night, and then I was out.
Go to
Like,
Laugh
to me,
Boston.
it's the experience of like the city for 3 days. I'm
Yeah.
with my brother and my openers, and we're eating at great places, and I have friends there. And
But by the way, you could get tickets up on top of the Green Monster and go see a game.
yeah,
you go to the
man.
Garden.
Like, you really get the experience of the city.
You know why? This is counterintuitive, I know. But I was supposed to shoot my special in March, right?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
March 24th. It
Where
was
were you
the
gonna
week.
shoot at?
Well, here's the thing. So when we were deciding, my agent was sending me all these theaters, and I go, man, as long as we're shooting a special where I want to be my best, I'm way better in a club than I am in a theater. I like the interaction.
You've been doing it long enough where you know.
I know that my show is at its best when it feels like a true conversation.
Yes.
When there's I'll talk to people in the crowd and we'll get through bits and and people, it's important for me that the other people in the crowd can hear them. That's part of the show. And in the theater, that's harder. I feel like I'm better. Also, you know what the big stage makes me do? It makes me get too big. I lose my sense of conversation because I just feel like, I'm on this big stage. I have to be this big.
But you're also
person.
and you're not getting the energy back. The laughs are different.
Yeah.
But it's weird because there's theater acts and there's arena acts, right? Like
Yep.
what Kevin Hart does is, it's fucking.
Crazy.
Have you ever seen his show? Like, I was always like, God, how's someone gonna pull off an arena? Like, what are we doing here, dude? It's a show, dude. It's like a spectacle,
Yeah.
like you've never seen. But there's nobody doing it like him. Well, he's an arena actor. There's certain arena acts and there's certain theater acts, and then there's like guys just know, like, clubs are just, I've been doing comedy for 6 minutes, but I would never shoot another special in a theater again.
I love the club, and that's exactly. By the way,
I like the club better on TV. That's ridiculous.
we.
I like the club better on TV too.
Me too.
Like I know Andrew Schultz is shooting a theater and he knows more better than anybody. But I want Andrew Schultz, when he comes out, dude, he's lighting that audience up.
Yeah.
And we love it.
Love it.
Now, if you do a big theater, you're gonna lose that.
I love
Like
the connection.
Tim Dillon in a club.
But and that's the thing, is that you get that connection. You know what else you get? I love the energy of people on top of each other. I
Yes.
love a low ceiling
Yeah.
kind of basement feel. It is so different. But because we did, look, I used to tour with Larry the Cable Guy. You know, he sold 55,000 seats.
You know, I didn't. You know what's embarrassing? I didn't realize how big he was,
Dude.
And I made a joke like, "What's Tomater do?" Like, I forget, maybe to Theo or I forget, maybe Rogan. I was
Yeah.
like, "What's Tomater doing?" And there was one like,
Are you crazy?
"You ever seen him link? You played football against Nebraska, right? He sold out Nebraska.
That's
Lincoln.
the show. Yeah, I did that show with him. That dude.
But I feel like the medium of comedy's not made for that.
I agree.
It's just not.
I have a couple of
Now get your money, Larry the Cable Guy, and you're goddamn right, dude. I'm a huge fan, and my son fucking loves Tomater. We got a million stuffed toys, and I love Tomater. I just don't feel like the medium's made for that.
I agree with you, and I will tell you something about this dude. He donated every dollar he made from the gate to charity at that show. Every dollar.
Is it because he has $1 billion being Tomater?
I mean, he's probably doing all right. But let me tell you, by the way, one of the nicest men in comedy. When I hear other comics bash him,
Why would they bash him?
I'm like, hey, do you know we counted one night punchlines in his set? 369 punchlines.
Here's the other thing. It's also an act. That's
Hey,
how smart this
yeah,
guy is.
come on.
It's an act.
Yeah.
He was have you ever looked up Larry the Cable Guy?
Yeah.
Before, what's his real name?
Dan Whitney.
He was Dan Whitney forever and would do this as an
Freight
act.
train of comedy.
Yeah, he would do this as an act, and it was getting big. So he's like, oh, "I'm just gonna be Larry the Cable Guy." It's all an act.
He told me
He's a
that
genius.
at some point he would do Dan Whitney Freight Train of Comedy, and then he would do Larry the Cable Guy in the middle of his act. But he would have a hard time following Larry the Cable Guy as Dan Whitney, so he could never do it. There he is, and he would just rattle off these jokes.
But what's weird, it's like certain guys get caught in that persona
Mm-hmm.
of their act, right? Like that's an act, and they get caught in it and they can never get out of it. And for some of it, it's trouble where if they're this partier and they're this raging, alcoholic and loud on stage, well, people want that all the time, dude. So then you want to talk about having problems. We can go through the comics who've had millions of problems.
Yeah.
Playing up that persona all the time. Larry the Cable Guy, not
Easy.
a bad gig.
Yeah. So, dude, at this gig, right? It was for a Comedy Central special. So, and I go, when are we starting up? He goes, well, there's somebody parachuting in dressed as me.
How long ago is this?
Who? Is that a Cornhusker Stadium show? It's got to be, feels like 8-9 years. I honestly,
And how'd you get connected with him?
we had the same manager. So I toured with him for many years.
Oh, really?
So
You would open up for him.
yeah. So, ready for this? We're backstage, and I go, "You going up?" He goes, "Wait, he's parachuting in. He's pretending to be me." So they're starting the special. They're gonna watch this guy parachute in dressed as me with my voice over the loudspeaker,
Hilarious.
and then he's gonna run in from behind the stage, and I'm gonna run up.
Awesome.
So he starts to parachute in, right? And then you hear, we're all watching, and Dan's doing his voiceover or whatever. Maybe he pre-taped it, I forget. And then some guy who's standing backstage with us goes, "Uh-oh."
This
Hey.
is Mark.
I go, "What happened?" He goes, "That's just a huge gust of wind."
Oh, no.
Now, the guy who's parachuting is an older guy. This is going to be his final jump. He crashes,
What?
dude. So he crashes
Oh.
into these seats. Oh! Now, ready for this?
Everybody come running out.
everybody thinks it's Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh, no. No.
Now, here's the thing with the gig.
Tomater.
We can't start until he runs over. He knows this. This is how
Well, it's a football. Field.
He has to run down as Larry the Cable Guy.
And he's an older guy.
He broke his coccyx. But he knows that the show can't start until he runs. So look at him.
And all the fans think it's Larry
It's Larry the
Cable Guy.
Cable Guy.
Oh, I bet the
So
audience
look
went
at this dude.
nuts
Look
when
at this
he came
dude.
out.
Old dude. This is his last jump ever. And he's like, I just got to make it backstage. And he limped backstage and then just
Holy
fucking landed down.
shit, dude.
It was crazy. And then
When he came out, that audience, because they
Went
thought
nuts.
he ate shit.
So then after the show, Dan and I used to do something called Air Disaster, where before all of his shows at arenas or at theaters, he had all of this like wigs and guitars and drum set that we never plugged in. But we would give the sound people before the show a full 10 to 12 song set list. And we would do full-on air guitar as a band in front of an empty
interesting.
stadium.
Oh, interesting.
It was
You
crazy.
guys were boys.
So much fun. We played a set as Air Disaster after the show in front of 55,000 people.
Hilarious.
Somebody called our manager after the show and said, "Hey, we'd like to book Air Disaster.
Air disaster.
How many songs do they know?" They thought we were a real band.
Hilarious.
And our manager was like, "They know every song.
They know all of them.
Every
Let-
song.
Name a song they can do.
They can plug it."
Yeah.
But they tried to book us, and the only reason I think we didn't get booked is because the amount of money that they were offering. Cable guy was like, "Come on,
Like,
bro."
what? Did he still tour?
Yeah, man, he tours some. He tours some again, and I worked with Foxworthy too. I wrote on Fifth Grader.
Oh wow. Dude,
And-
talk about a legend in Jeff Foxworthy.
Man,
I heard he literally has like a straight up Game of Thrones castle in Atlanta.
dude, if you Google
Like a comedy castle.
top
He lives in a
selling comedy albums of all time,
Oh, that has to be it. You might be a redneck?
I bet you between Cable Guy, the Blue Collar albums,
Ron White.
and Foxworthy, I bet you out of the top 20, they have at least 9.
It's
What-
2014 though.
Blue collar number
That's
one.
2014. But 2014, okay. Foxworthy.
Oh. How about Adam
Foxworthy.
Sandler number one?
I know, man. It's crazy, right?
Joe Foxworthy number
Foxworthy
2
and 3.
and 3. Weird
All right.
Al doing the damn thing. Adam Sandler 5.
Beavis and Butthead.
How dare you?
But that's not stand up, right?
Dane Cook.
Dane Cook. Jerky Boys. Weird Al.
Weird.
That's
This is not. I wouldn't call these comedy albums.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Larry the Cable Guy. Larry the Cable Guy. Larry the Cable Guy.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, and Ron's got to be in there.
Larry
Engvall. He was part of the Blue Collar.
got that blue.
So that's
Blue
6.
Collar Comedy Tour.
That's 7 with Blue Collar. That's
There's
8
Jeff,
with
there's Jeff.
Foxworthy. That's 9 out of 20.
Jesus Christ.
It's 9 out of 20, dude.
And that's back then when them boys were making real money off sales, like album sales.
Let me tell you something else, how great Foxworthy was. And I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. I'm pretty sure those first Blue Collar tours, you know, he was the only name. I think he split it evenly amongst the 4
What a
of them.
badass.
Jeff Foxworthy and Larry the Cable Guy, whether you like their comedy or not, or their politics or whatever, are 2 of the nicest, down-to-earth, realest guys.
Oh, and Ron White's great too.
Ron White is a fucking
All of them
hoot,
great,
man.
yeah.
He's a fucking hoot. But like this tour, this Blue Collar Comedy Tour,
made all of them famous, except for maybe one, right?
Engvall, that's the one you're thinking of.
You know what I'm saying?
That's like the other guy from NSYNC.
Yo, well, you know, you're like Steve Kerr on the '95 Bulls. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
No, you were there.
By the way, Steve Kerr on the '95 Bulls, who in no way thought he was as good as Michael Jordan. Let me
That's
just go
a
ahead
good
and throw
point.
that. Let's go ahead. Let me go ahead. And
Oh,
throw
have
that
you
in
got?
there.
Did you get any feedback on? I thought it's not on that, but did you get any feedback on your daughter getting out of rehab?
I do want to say something sincerely to the people who
Please
listen
tell
to
me
the
you
show.
didn't get
dude.
haters.
No, man. I will tell you how I got. It was super humbling, man. I got not between 80 and 90 messages, and not like one line, like chunks
Oh wow.
of people sharing their stories with me as either from my daughter's point of view or from my point of view, and sharing their stories and talking about how much it helps to hear other people talk about it. I read all of them. I have replied to most,
Oh, wow.
and we'll get to all of them.
Wow.
It was real when
Powerful
people
stuff.
share their lives with you like that, man.
Yep.
It was really humbling, man. So I was
How about my dumbass? I'm talking about intervention. I'm like, you got to blame the parents. And they're like, hold on. And I was like, wait. And then I was like, oh,
but
fuck.
dude, sometimes it is.
Sometimes it is, but a lot of times it's just like life happens.
Yeah, man.
You know, like life happens. And obviously, Eric sharing his story. Like, I was so into it. I don't know if I don't look at comments or views. I don't know, but to me, it was. I was blown away by it, man. I was fascinated by it.
I don't usually look at comments either. I just saw so many thank you,
Oh,
and
wow.
I was like, huh. They it can't be all thank you for being a dick or whatever.
Yeah.
There were so many that it was overwhelming, man. And like I said, when people reach out and share their stories like that, it's so humbling that that they've chosen you.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
I
That
know.
it was so crazy.
It's
And
super powerful.
I will say, I got almost as many messages telling me that nobody thinks they're as good as Mike Trout.
Hilarious.
So just so it was almost equal.
I was gonna send to you and Eric. How about Mike Trout's rookie baseball card is now tied for the highest baseball card ever? It's like tied with who I forget. Kaminsky
Probably
or
what is it?
whatever.
Ty Cobb, maybe.
I forget. It's one
Tris
of those.
Speaker.
No, it's one you'll know right when you see it. I'm like, oh, I remember when I was collecting cards. Like, oh yeah, that's like the holy grail.
You know, I do miss. Did you collect cards?
Oh, did I ever?
Me too. But when you were collecting, because you're younger than me, were people buying the whole sets? Do you know
What
what I
do you
mean? That ruined, to me, what ruined collecting cards is now you can just buy the set. You can go online and go, I want the complete set from 19, from,
Oh no, I wanted to collect it. I'd buy the pack. And
Yeah.
there's nothing better than opening a pack.
come
dude.
on, that smell of that gum.
Like there it is.
How much is it?
Ernie Banks, is that right?
Ernie, nope. Look at this. Mike Trout graded Beckett Grain Card sells for $3.9 million.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, so for
Highest
anybody.
priced ever.
Oh, somebody sent me that. One of the fans of the show sent me that.
Oh, Honest Wagner. That's right. Like it's like black and white, and he's like just playing baseball against all white guys.
I got to tell you, man, those old baseball card poses are the.
Oh, there's nothing. I need to go back to that,
Come on,
dude. I remember I collected NBA, NFL.
You
and,
collected
MLB.
NBA?
Oh, dude. And I remember, I'll never forget this because me and my brother were competitive. My mom would let us pick out, the packs. I opened a pack, and it was the Shaquille O'Neal and Christian Laettner's rookie year, and they were both the biggest. And if you got either one of their cards, it's a big deal. I remember my brother opened his up, and was like, fuck, I didn't get anything. I opened mine up, and the first, I see Shaquille O'Neal. I'm like, oh, shit. Swiped again, and I see Christian Laettner. I got the two, diamonds of the year. And my brother, I go, and I was a little brother, and I was like, I got Shaquille O'Neal and Christian Laettner. And he goes, holy shit. I remember that's the card I got.
That's
that
his
one.
rookie?
Yep. I got that one, Christian Laettner. This kind of brother I am. My brother was so sad 'cause he didn't get anything. I go, you can pick one. You can have one.
That's a little brother move, man.
Yep. And then he beat me up.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, as a little brother, I recognize that move. Like you think they're going to like you more.
No.
If,
They're like, give me your I was going to take it anyway.
yeah, you're like, take both, you bitch.
So Christian Laettner only worth $30 now, but the other one's worth, what, $3,000? Shaquille O'Neal?
Was Shaq to you, like to me, I don't know why people don't talk more about. He was
Oh,
a freak.
I mean, 7'2", could
like
run up and down the court.
and his athletic. Do you know the only thing that ever bothered me about Shaq
His
is
little dick.
Why? Yes.
No,
Dude,
no, I'm serious.
There's no way he's got a little dick.
That's what they say.
Who? Little compared to his body.
See, that's what they say. But his old girlfriend say he had a little wee wee.
Let me ask you, but that sounds like bitter.
Yeah, you're right.
That sounds like a bitter
It also
pill.
might be true.
But little compared to his body, because still a foot is little compared to his body.
Yeah, but if you're hooking up with Shaquille O'Neal, you're expecting the Kraken down your throat.
Do you think if you are a large, tall black dude and you have a tiny dick, you disappoint people?
Oh, nothing worse. Dude, nothing worse.
You think that's the way?
Nothing worse.
Because if you're a woman, you're probably like, well, I know.
You're like, girl, you see that size 16 shoe? She's
Yeah.
like, get it, girl. And you go home like the thing, this is the other thing. Have you ever heard of Shaquille O'Neal having a giant dick? Never.
I guess I just assume.
But you do hear Scottie Pippen. You do hear Dennis Rodman.
I have
You
to
do
ask
hear
you a
the dude
question,
for the
man.
Phoenix Suns is packing the biggest heat.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure. Why do I know this stuff?
Yeah, like I've never heard any of that. You
There's a
keep saying-
form. There's a form.
Okay,
It's
what-
called the Heat. No, I don't know. And I just started that form. I just started the Heat.
Dude,
it's just pro ballers with dicks out. Yeah, it's called the Heat, dude. Can you
You
imagine?
just listed like 9 dudes. You know what they say? I'm like, who? Who
You're
the
like, well,
fuck?
who's saying this? I'm saying this. Well, your boy for the Phoenix
John
Suns,
Paxson.
John
What?
Paxson back in the. So everybody, your boy for the Phoenix Suns is dating Jenner.
Oh,
now.
you
This guy,
got it.
right?
Devin Booker.
Apparently Devin Booker has just. Did you? Oh,
We
this
know
is
his dad-
juicy.
his
Did
dad-
you hear about that girl
Yes!
saying she sucked off 7 of the Phoenix Suns?
Yep.
And it is such a turn on.
Is it?
I was like, oh damn, that's cool.
would you be 8?
Oh, if I'm single, I'm
Yeah.
on the team, 100%. Dude, if I'm coming A, I'm not a starter, so I'm just lucky to get what I can get.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If you're 6, 7, 8, you ain't playing really. But
you think she went down the lineup? Like,
Yeah, she went. Well, she said homeboy was first.
Oh, Devin.
Yep.
Look at those.
Oh,
Okay.
at the same time.
Wait,
No wonder they had such a good run in the bubble.
wait. Was at the same time?
Birthday's Memorial Day weekend.
Here's one thing I've never been into.
Listen, man, it's a crazy world. We all got to adapt, and people are buying more stuff online than ever before. If you're an e-commerce seller or ready to meet the demands of our new delivery culture, be ready with ShipStation. Why ShipStation? When you're selling online, get a lot of orders out fast, can be super tough. Listen, we use it for all our merch, a lot of stuff. We've used them in the past. They've always been great. That's why you guys need ShipStation. It's how you keep track of who gets what, shipping cares, what should you use. It gets you the best rates, all at ShipStation.com. Fastest, easiest, most affordable way to manage and ship your orders. Just a few clicks and you'll be managing your orders, printing out labels, getting your products to happy customers. ShipStation makes it easy. ShipStation helps online sellers of any size get orders out quickly, save money on shipping costs, and keep customers happy. No matter where you're selling, Amazon, Etsy, your own website, ShipStation brings you all your orders in one simple interface, making them really easy to manage from any device, even your freaking cell phone. ShipStation works with all the major carriers, including USPS, FedEx, UPS, even Amazon. So you can compare and choose the best shipping solution for you and your customer, all right? No wonder ShipStation is the #1 choice of online sellers. You ship more in less time with the best rates available. And right now, Fire and Kid listeners can try ShipStation for free for 60 days when you use the code FIGHTER. Make sure your business is ready to meet the demands of delivery culture. Get started at ShipStation.com today. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in FIGHTER. That's ShipStation.com. Enter the code FIGHTER. ShipStation.com. Make ship happen. Listen, man, MeUndies want you guys to talk about your underwear. Like, seriously, they have a lot of feelings about it and want to chat with anyone who will listen. So here it goes. MeUndies just wants everyone to feel comfy as heck with the freedom to express themselves. That's why they make the world's softest undies in the world. Fun colors, prints like dinos, surfboards. I just got my dinos one. My kid won't leave them alone. Whatever you put on every day, they want you to be comfortable. They want you to be you, man. MeUndies is serious about softness. No, like super serious. They scoured the world for the softest fabric known to man. It all starts with a sustainable source, beechwood trees that magically turn from pulp to yarn to undies. Undies that kind of feel like heaven on your skin for comfort from outside, literally to in. All right, keep your underwear drawer stocked with MeUndies membership, a subscription. Every month, new pairs are shipped right to your door. Plus, get site-wide savings and exclusive sales. MeUndies has a great offer for you guys. First-time purchasers, you get 15% off and free shipping. This is a no-brainer, especially because they have 100% satisfaction guaranteed. These are the only underwear I rock. So join the club, man. They're the softest in the world. They got cool prints, match them with your girl, whatever you want to do. I don't suggest matching, but they have that option. All right. To get 15% off your first order, free shipping, 100% satisfaction guaranteed, go to MeUndies.com/fighter. That's MeUndies.com/fighter. Can we play this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me hear this.
Right there, I seen them all at Dre's, like this one team.
Okay.
She's so shy. It's so cute,
And I'm
baby.
like, shit. And I don't know, getting fucked in the cover,
Oh, maybe I wouldn't be 8.
Put the mic down.
The
so
whole
you can't
team.
7.
7 basketball players in a row? Mm-hmm. How was that?
I was fucked up. I didn't fuck any of them though.
see. She said,
What happened
Oh.
to the nuts?
Swallowed.
All of them.
Yeah.
Nothing happened? You didn't have like a weird reaction in your stomach or anything?
No, I passed
"This
out.
sounds so fun."
You're almost making it sound like you were too fucked up to be sucking 7 dicks. And also, you were getting
No.
fucked by somebody else right before this?
Yeah, they walked in mid me getting fucked.
How did they
from the
walk
back.
in? Where were you?
In the hotel room. So I was fucking like someone that works with the team, and I know that team because I've hooked up with them before.
The whole
But they all
team?
pulled up. No, not the whole team.
Okay.
Like a few of them. They all just.
Her dad right now is watching this going,
Like, let's get lit.
Yeah, he's loading his gun
He's
right
like,
now.
What?
This is
What happened?
as a dad. That is
Oh.
because that's plastered all over the internet.
Oh, dude.
How many? Okay, let me I'm going to tell you something. I guarantee you, if you had a daughter, and that was your
Well, I
daughter,
failed as a dad.
I just want you to know I would send you that video once a day for a year.
Oh, dude.
I mean, just to fuck with you. If I'm that dad's friend, I'm sending him that video once a day for look. At,
Well, she also has a Drake tattoo.
okay, but I am
That's
telling you
really-
right now,
She's also really hot.
I'm not into being in a room with 7 other dudes with my dick out.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not my thing.
Yeah, I know. It sounds terrible.
No, I get it if that's your thing, but that's not like.
I wouldn't be like, ugh, I'm out of here, boys.
But here's the deal. What are you doing when she's sucking somebody else's dick? You're just talking to your buddy? Like that's the
I
thing.
don't
Like
know.
what-
That's a
what's the-
lot.
That's a lot of weight. So say
Well,
you're
like I've
7.
seen Bukkake videos, right?
Yeah.
And those guys are just like in the corner. And you're
Seems
like,
kind of lonely.
yeah, it seems just like depressing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's the thing. Like
I might be like, how long you think you'll be? I'll come back. You know, like,
I'm gonna go get something to eat.
you know what? I'm going to go change and come right back.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna actually let you catch a shower
You
too.
know what? I'm in room 227. Do you just want to get done whatever you're doing here and then stop by there?
No,
might
and
be the
stop
move.
by and get some mouthwash.
That might be the move.
And then that's
Yeah,
what
that
I'm
might be the
saying.
move.
I don't mind.
Depends. They're bonding as a team, and they played so good in the bubble. They were unstoppable.
How about my Celtics?
Yeah, I know. They're looking good. The East is whatever, but
You think the Celtics have a chance to come out of the East?
no, I think Raptors are Heat. Sorry, dude.
Not the Bucks.
See, I'm just making fun of the East. The Bucks could. Here's the thing with the bubble. I don't know who's gonna win it. Me and my brother balls deep in basketball right now. It's like with this bubble, you like. There's no team where you're like, yep, that's it.
Yeah.
Like I thought the Lakers at first, and you watch them, you're like, there's no way. Then you watch the Clippers, you're like, not really.
Yeah.
And then you see Dallas, you're like, maybe if Porzingis gets healthy. Then
How
you
about
watch
that three-
You
my
watch
man-
Houston, you're like, fuck, dude.
How about that 3 my man hit last night?
Oh, dude,
Luca is.
unbelievable. Luka's amazing.
Here's what I think. I think, and this is what I thought going in, and I could be proven wrong, but like, it's a different type of mental toughness.
Basketball?
No, in the bubble, it's a different type of being able to focus.
It's
Like
just about basketball.
I think Kobe, if Kobe had been in a bubble,
he would average 70 points.
if you're telling me Kobe Bryant can only eat, sleep, drink basketball,
Think about him or Jordan, dude. Again, you're talking about
Those two mentalities.
But you know who has the same mentality as those guys? Damian Lillard.
Yes,
and he's
I do.
averaging what 40 points a goddamn game. So there's those guys that just, like I
step
think there's
on
some
your throat
players,
guys.
yeah, but there's also some players that do it for the spectacle and the fans, stuff like that, and they like that admiration. Then there's some dudes who don't give a flying fuck, and it's just about beating you. And those guys are the ones who are. Like Doka, like your boy who hit that game-winning shot.
Luka, yeah.
Luka's balling. Like there's Damian Lillard. You look at these guys; they're just killers, man. Greek Freak, like he doesn't give a fuck. Then I look at the Lakers. I don't see it. They're just not tough. There's one thing that to me I was like, oh, I'm off. Where there's a transition and they were walking, and even like the commentators like, dude, run back on like championship teams don't walk.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna bust their ass no matter what. Like it shows literally the 3 superstars walking as the other teams down at the other. You're like, what are you doing, dude? I also think there are a lot of guys because they're, these are young dudes who are millionaires and they're really famous. Fuck a ton of girls in the bubble. They're not allowed. Nobody's getting sucked off by this girl in the bubble.
Nope.
She can't get into the bubble and suck these boys off. So a lot of
by
them,
the way, a smart GM would have brought one girl in. per
trust me,
team.
they're probably figuring it out. But I'm just saying, it's like, but even that, it's not like these Instagram thoughts aren't getting bussed in like usual. So it's like a lot of these guys are like, dude, this ain't worth it. I'll play next season. So I think a lot of these teams like are just checking out, like, just get me the fuck out of here. We don't have a chance to win anyways. Get me out of here. Beat us in 4 so I can get back in my dick sucked.
That's what the Sixers did.
Yeah.
The
Sixers are like, yeah, we're good.
I don't think if you're the Sixers, you can come back with Simmons and Embiid again. I just don't think
It's not working, is it? Well, but here's the thing about that. We're getting super deep on basketball, which I love, but the fans are like, okay, dude.
Okay,
But,
sorry about that.
No, I love it.
Right.
Butler was obviously the key to success. Butler was their leading scorer. Butler's a killer. Butler's
he is.
thriving in the bubble. Butler is a fucking killer, dude.
He doesn't, by the way.
And to me, that's also like with this LeBron, Jordan, argument, it's like, I like killers, dude.
Me too.
Kobe Bryant, fucking killer. Michael Jordan, the biggest asshole of all
Yeah.
time. Then LeBron, he's a good dude, but LeBron's doing what he thinks you want him to do. So when he's walking in the arena carrying a Malcolm X book, and he's only on the first page for the last 4 games, and someone goes, what was your favorite part of the book? And he's all, all of it. They're like, what? Like you can tell, like that's not
Right.
You're not doing that because you want to read the Malcolm X book. You're doing that because right now the culture we live in, and you feel pressure to represent.
Is he walking
that.
in with the book? I have not seen him walking.
You
in
don't
with
see
the
it.
book.
He's
No.
walking with like a Malcolm X book, but and then he knows they're filming back, and he's like laying down reading a book, but it's always on the same page basically. Like how over these days have you not advanced in the book?
I mean, listen.
Like he's just doing it to like check that box. Like we know you don't want to do that.
the surefire. To be fair, if I'm having trouble sleeping, just hand me a book.
Yeah.
I might be like
Are you not a reader?
I do read, but like I need to read sitting up. If you catch me in bed, it's gonna be I'm a paragraph in and I'm.
It depends
out.
what book it is. Sometimes a book will be so good I can't sleep. Which
There-
is weird. I wasn't always like that. And like my son, what I'm trying to do with him is like he doesn't have an iPad anymore, but he did for a while, and he'd watch. It's crazy to me. He would watch other kids play with toys. Like these kids would unbox toys, and he'd watch that.
What's that little Asian kid's name who
I
unboxes?
fucking hate that kid.
Ryan's
right?
Toys.
Ryan's
reviews?
toys. Ryan's gonna have a drug problem. I'll tell you that right now.
But
Ryan's
isn't he
gonna
making
grow
like
up
a
and have drug-
gazillion dollars a year?
He's the highest paid YouTuber for a long time, and he has a show on.
Wait, highest paid YouTuber?
He was the highest paid. Yeah.
Oh my!
Top 10 Forbes earning 26 million.
How much of that money does he get, and how much do his parents get to keep?
His parents take all of it. Yeah. Because it's not Hollywood. There's no the Macaulay Culkin rule. It's YouTube. So his parents are going, thanks to the money, little dude. His dad's all up in the video like Suge Knight now. Like his
Come on, man.
His dad all up in the video.
So,
He has his own TV show on Nickelodeon too.
but Ryan doesn't get any of that money.
I'm sure Ryan's banking at least half of that.
22. Because and there's no laws if the kid. Because I know here in LA
There's no laws. Because it's not like those laws protect kids in Hollywood.
Yes.
SAG and stuff protect
Yeah.
kids. YouTube's a wild free market.
That is bananas, man.
But loan is credit. Okay.
to say he's
He has his own line of toys. Just my son gets stuff. But with my son, back to him in the iPad, which we took away from him because he would get home. That's the thing he wanted. I'm like, dude, you gotta go outside and play baseball or some shit. You can't watch YouTube.
Yeah.
But he would always go to other kids playing or doing something. Like, why would you want to watch kids play? I go, smart kids don't do that. Smart kids watch. You'll learn stuff about animals, or you
Yeah.
learn about space or trucks. Like, watch stuff to educate yourself. It's crazy to me that you watch other kids play. It's like Twitch. Kids that watch other kids play video games.
It's
Are you out of your mind?
But you know what? I asked Jacob about it. I'm like, why? Because he watches. I'm like, are you watching somebody else play video games? He goes, yeah, I love it.
because they're at such a high level.
He said, I can't do that. So I'm watching to learn how to do it. And I like these guys. I like
They like their personalities and
Yeah,
stuff.
there's a guy two guys that my son listens to. One watches. One guy named Castro, who's in Texas, who does a lot of FIFA. His personality is fucking great. And another guy named Tim the Tap Man.
Interesting.
And Jacob watches them religiously.
Interesting.
And loves
Do
them
they upload every day and play every day?
every day. But the amount of
There's
people
so
that
much
are-
content out there.
God.
When
And the
you think
amount
about it,
What was that? Just fell
and they're
out of
all
my
like
nose.
niche. Like
I just had a nose hair fall out of my nose
you're at
onto
that
my
age.
lip.
You're at that age.
That is one of the most disturbing things that's ever happened to me. A nose hair fell out of my
Stopped you
nose.
mid sentence.
I don't know what to do. Like that.
I think you just keep carrying on, dude.
I don't know. Like that.
Yeah, that happened.
Can you lose hair in your nose? I thought
Oh
it
yeah.
just.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I'll pluck nose hairs all the time. So if I have like a gray or something.
Do you ever get one where you pull on it and it closes your eyelid
Oh,
a little
yeah.
bit?
Oh, yeah.
It's like it's attached to your eyelid.
And then Manscaped sent me a nose trimmer, a weed whacker, but it's like I don't like the feeling of my
Yeah.
nose being trimmed like a fade up there.
Sometimes
I don't
when you pull one, it feels like it's attached to your brain.
Oh, dude.
You're like, God, am I dumber?
But like back to the Twitch and these like it's to me it's like the age of like superstars like like a Frank Sinatra going old school like a Frank
Right.
Sinatra or Elvis or Michael Jackson or something like that. Like the age of those big stars, like those mega stars worldwide known, is now it's all niche audiences.
Agreed.
By niche, meaning like it can be a few million or millions, but like that massive superstar doesn't exist anymore.
I
Just
think-
like the Twitch world, I don't know a ton of guys. YouTubers, I don't know some of the main guys. But then I'll get introduced to some of them. I'm like, how many followers do they have? Like 26 million. I'm like, holy fuck.
I'm telling you, the only exception I would tell you, I think, for that rule is boy bands, anything that has to do with people under the age of 18 who will all flock. Do you know what I mean?
Like BT, was
One
it BTS?
Direction,
One Direction.
things like that. I think those still have that kind of mania attached to it, where they walk down the street and people are screaming and all that shit.
But even that, like, my mom doesn't know BTS. You know what I'm saying? But like my mom, like every kid knew Michael Jackson. Every mom knew Michael Jackson. Like that. I'm
That's
talking about
true.
global. Like
There's no Beatles. That's true. But there's so, you don't have to listen to that one group anymore. There's so many things you can find exactly what you
It's
want.
kind of like comedy too. Like anyone
Exactly.
who's selling out or has an audience like that, it's like a radio station. It's
Yep.
not for everyone, and you can change station, and you're gonna find what you dig. But that person, they might have a huge audience, but you don't fuck with it. So you flip the channel. They have a huge audience. You don't fuck with it. You're gonna find one eventually.
It's what I love the most about what we do, dude. It's why I don't understand if somebody watches something and they send a comment and say, I don't like that. There are so many options. Why watch it? Do you know what I mean? Like,
It's crazy.
You can find exactly what you want now. With stand up, man, it never offends me when someone goes, hey man, I don't think you're funny. It's so subjective. Totally cool. But what I do love is that you're watching comedy.
Yes.
Go find what you like.
Yep.
Because with the one thing that I definitely have learned over the past 5 years is that somebody else, or maybe even more, somebody else's success doesn't mean I can't be successful too.
It has nothing to do with
Zero
it.
to do with it. As a matter of fact, the more people who like comedy, the better it is.
But also that mentality of saying this person has this and I don't, you're never gonna get there.
Agreed.
You're never gonna get there ever.
Agreed. It's one of the reasons that I am looking forward to leaving LA,
Yeah, I feel you.
because it takes that. The one thing LA has done to me, well, not to me, I mean, I let it happen, is that because there's so much opulence and success, I'm always like, well, I got to do more.
You're around it.
I gotta-
And you're
I gotta-
constantly competing.
I got to stay on the wheel.
I
gotta
stopped
stay on the
looking at
wheel.
YouTube numbers a long time ago
Yeah.
because I found myself being like, all right, now, oh man, this person has this. I got to do this,
Yeah.
or I'm going to have to book this guest. Nope, that's not, you're going to stress yourself out, dude.
This city makes you feel like you have to be on the wheel comparing yourself all
Well,
the time.
especially when you're around, like our group of, like the group, it's like, you know, it shows and we're competitive by nature. So then you compare and everything. It's like, dude,
Dude, let me tell you something.
it'll eat you alive. It'll keep you up at night. If you,
I
if you wanna do it.
remember saying out loud once, and I actually took Instagram off my phone for 2 weeks after I said this out loud. He's got a bus?
Oh, with Bert?
Nope.
Oh, just some.
Yeah. I was just like,
I know.
he's got a bus? I've always wanted to be in because I've always wanted, I toured with Cable Guy in a bus, and it seemed so cool. I'm like, man, I've always wanted to be in a
Yep.
bus. And then I was like, I can't, what am I doing?
I know.
What the fuck am I doing?
But I see. I've never been that way. I'm like, fuck, that guy has that. Like, I'll see if I see whoever, Bert or you or anybody, like Joe Coy with a bus. I'm like, oh fuck, man, that'd be cool for me to get. Like, to me, that's
Yeah.
like, oh, that could be something you could do down the road, dude. Maybe you get a bus. There's something to look forward to.
Right.
But it's like Joe Coy sent me a video today that he's doing with Jabberwockies. And it's like, I see that, I'm like, holy, I went, dude, you're taking it to another level, man. So it's like, then I don't go, fuck, why didn't I think of that? I'm thinking, ooh, I need to step my game up.
But that's what I mean. It keeps you on the wheel.
Keeps you on the wheel.
Keeps you
but
on
there's
the
a
wheel.
fine line between keeping you on the wheel and just being a fucking hater. And when you're a hater, you're never going to get there.
I agree. I'm for sure that for me, it plays into the thing that we talked about earlier, which is I just got to keep going.
I wonder if I can
balance.
show the Joe Coy thing. You guys like the Jabberwockies, right?
My uncle works with them.
What?
Really? What's he do?
He is the one who makes the beats for their
he's a
dance.
Jabberwocky.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be dope.
What?
No, he's their producer.
Dancing is not in my skill set, but I did get super high one night and try to do a couple of the moves. And I got to tell you, it did not turn out well. No joke, pulled a little muscle in my shoulder. Well, you know when you're getting old, when you try a dance move and mid-dance move, you're like,
Dude,
I was out. Left shoulder, strain, done.
I'm going to send this to you, Chin. Hopefully Joe says we can do it.
I'm sure he won't mind, man.
I just don't know if it's out. Is he saving it for a special? I don't know.
Hey, right.
But it's so good, man.
But Joe's always, look, man, his hustle. You know, he used to stand out in front of the Laugh Factory with flyers.
You know, in Vegas, he used to do the same flyer.
He would just stand every
sent me
night.
a pictures. I sent him. We were talking about that. This guy. What's his name? The guy who posted a picture. That might be him. The guy who posted a picture of me and him in my first first TV gig.
That was a great picture.
Yeah.
dude.
Then Joe Coy. Oh yeah, he said we can use it. I just sent to you.
Let's play it.
Yeah, look at this shit. Because I've been trying to get him in here, and he's like, "Yo, I'm so busy. Don't worry, I'm coming in." And then he was like, "I've just been working on a ton of stuff," and I was like, "Yeah, right." And they sent me this.
This is what he's working on.
One of the 20 projects he's doing.
He is nonstop.
Can you turn it up, Jin? Oh, okay.
Hey, this is Joe Coy, and you are now listening to Moral Beats.
Are they all Korean? No.
No, different Asians.
Oh, really? But they're all
Different
Asian.
Yeah, and one black guy.
Oh, wow. Guessing that's the black guy.
What?
Oh, sick. Didn't they win an award show? This is the best part. Pretty dope.
Come on,
Isn't that dope?
man.
So dope.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, dude. He is.
best.
Yeah. But he never stops creating.
Never.
Never stops creating. And like when you watch his stand up and he goes on the road, he's always writing. He's always turning over material.
Such a beast.
He's nonstop. But he's also so fucking funny. Have you gone to see one of his shows?
I opened for Joe
When was that?
last year.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Where?
Brea.
I mean, his people are
Nuts.
nuts. However many shows.
As soon as I hit the stage, I was the only white guy. They're like, "Get off the stage, white devil! Beat it, white devil!"
But you were also 3 feet
I was
taller
like,
than
"Wait,
everybody.
what?
Yeah. you-
Not Godzilla. no, I'm not Godzilla. I'm cool, man. I'm hip."
He could, if he said, "I'm going to do 100 shows in Brea," he would sell out 100.
He did 17 in a row, and they wanted to add more, and he's like, "I just can't."
17?
17 in a row. So I might have been 18.
Over how many days? Is that like 2 a night, so over 9 days?
No, that was over like certain like a week or two. I'm
17.
pretty sure you might have sold 18 out. 18. They want to add more.
I mean,
And then his merch, it was just, it was
dude,
just,
his merch is.
his merch is so legit.
Yeah.
Like I wear his jacket all the time, but
Yeah.
then just his whole setup. His sister would run his merch, like my brother runs my merch. But then just his whole setup from the merch till it was like a show. Like he had a DJ who's on payroll,
Yep.
who opens up with a playlist, and like as people are sitting down, he's doing the whole thing, and then he's still there doing what while the openers come on. Then when Joe comes, he wheels them off, and then Joe comes out. Like it was just like
How many openers did he have?
he had 3.
Yeah, man. He's always made it a performance and a show. And he's one of the guys, like there are a lot of us who are either good with the art part or good with the business part. And you're good with both also, man. He's really good with meshing the two.
Yeah, he's great.
He's got a great business
Good
mind.
marketing,
Yeah,
everything.
dude, like his merch is different than anybody else's.
It's so good.
It's super hip, man. And he's always sold a shit ton of merch. He used to, if I'm not mistaken, hang some of it up on the stage behind him.
Yep.
So people were just staring at it
And it's like
all show.
he's selling merch. That boy, rich.
Rich.
We talk about it all the time.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he's not.
He's also the
doing
nicest guy ever.
without a doubt. And you got a great kid, man.
Oh, that's what. So
Yes.
I got one Thick Boy Brendan Schaub Funko thing, and I want to sell him, right? And I was like, oh, this is dope, man. I took a picture, sent it to him, and he's like, oh yeah, dude, cool. And his son sends me a video to him signing 5,000 of them.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna be here all day, man. Let me know what you need.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, dude.
By the way,
how dope is that?
Except,
Dude, you know so we were talking, like, I was talking about something. I was at Bragg, like, me and him play, we play around. I go, yeah, dude, sold whatever, it's how many tickets and wherever. And he's, oh, that's cool. That's cool, man. He goes, you know where the Warriors play? I'm like, yeah, isn't it like, I forget the name of it. He goes, Oracle, yeah, sold out twice.
Yeah.
The arena? He goes, yeah, where Steph Curry plays. I'm like, holy shit, dude. And then he goes, ever heard of the Forum? Like, in LA? He goes, yeah. Sold that out 4 times.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, dude.
Tell me how the Improv is in Houston.
Yeah. Let me know how that one show at the Wilbur was, man.
Yeah, when you look at, you're like, wait a second, you sold that out twice. And you're like, have I sold that many tickets in my life?
Isn't it nuts?
It's crazy. But that's what we were talking about, man. The bubble of comedy. Like the amount of people selling. Think about how many tickets Gabriel Iglesias sell.
Oh, that's the other thing. People, they have the same manager. That's the other thing, Jason. Yeah. That's the other thing. People don't realize how many tickets
Get Fluffy? For years.
They have no idea. Or how about Russell Peters?
Oh, come on, man. I bet you he was the top selling guy for years. Maybe not
He
right
has
now.
to be up there international. But you're talking people. I don't think people realize, but
in the States is probably his worst market.
By far.
Don't
like,
you think?
he doesn't. I love Russell. He's one of my favorite people on earth,
yeah.
and he's always been great to me. But like, if he's on the podcast, our numbers aren't great. But then if he sells tickets, he sold out Staples Center. Isn't it weird? He sold out Staples Center. I was driving by it and I see Russell Peters. I'm like, what the fuck?
Look
like
at that
he's
shit.
So big, dude.
It is so amazing. Like, if you look at the amount of people selling legit tickets. I mean, Chappelle and Rogan did the Tacoma Dome.
Oh, yeah. Hey, this is my favorite video. It's Joe Coy's Instagram when he sold out the Forum. And it was his dream. Oh, dude, I get chills. It chokes me up. It's him, and he's like, I sold out the Forum. It's nuts.
What's your spot? The one spot, like if you're like your dream spot to sell out.
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, for me it's TD Boston Garden or TD Garden. If I could sell that out, man. I don't love.
I don't like theaters, but if you're gonna,
I would love to do it as a dream.
It'd have to
exactly.
Be, or the Forum.
Dude, it'd be great.
Because LA's hard to sell tickets, dude.
Well, I opened, Chelsea sold it out, so I opened there for her. And it was crazy. I think she was the first comedy act in there. Is that it?
This is a video or something else?
Play that one?
Where they start singing? Oh, yeah.
Nope, it's before
That's the dude from Boys to Men.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Oh, they opened for him?
Yeah, he did. But you see how it comes in. It's
Wait.
badass.
They all open for him or just him?
Boys to Men did?
No, just Wanye.
Just the one?
Wanye Morris.
Did anybody know who he was?
His whole fan base knows who. Because he always brings them with him.
Yeah.
Oh, he always brings Boys to Men with him?
Oh, no, just the lead singer, Wanye Morris. But watch, checks out.
Come on. But that's the thing. Joe Coy is a showman, dude. He puts on a show.
If you're gonna do large theaters or arenas, you got it. Holy fuck, dude! You tell me people don't walk away from that like, what a fucking show! Oh my god, that's how he closed or opened.
Good question. I don't know.
It'd be tough to follow.
That is bananas.
Oh no, that was the closer.
Close.
Yeah. It'd be tough to follow him singing like that, and then you coming out.
That is bananas.
It was before this, Chin.
Okay.
But I think you're right. If you're gonna play those big places,
It has to be
it has to be a full
like one of my
show.
favorite comics in the world is Mark Maron. I literally think he has the best podcast when it comes to interviewing. He's one of my faves. But like Mark sitting on a stool in an arena is not going to work.
No, you need a little something like
Not
this.
that he can't do it.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, you look at, like, oh, here it is. It's my favorite video of his. Listen to the music.
I'm playing the forum. It just got real.
Crazy, dude.
Isn't that cool? It gives me chills every
I
time.
mean, are you gonna like it now? That's nice. He just liked that video from 2 months ago. That's not weird. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that's not
Look, he goes, it took me 30 years to get here. He had Tiffany Haddish open for him.
Oh, did she open for
Yeah.
him?
Isn't that nuts?
It is absolutely bananas, dude. And like I said, he's so gracious. He really is gracious. Like when I've seen people, when people open for him, he is pumping you up.
Oh, yeah. He's the best.
He really is.
The
Yeah,
best.
but he's a good dude, man.
Let's go to current events.
Sure.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite people, dude. One of my fucking favorite people.
I
There's like a group that are just like he's a, like you and him are similar where it's like yeah, you guys are just such good people, you know? Like you guys are so nice. So I think he might have this maybe not now, but did have the same problem where people maybe took advantage
Yeah.
of him being so friendly.
I think you're right. But I think I mean, for me, it's really been the last 2 years. I've really realized I can still be nice and not feel like I'm being taken advantage of.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I can still treat people the way I want to treat people, but then when
To a certain point, yeah.
when that person starts to toe the line, do you know who really helped me? Is Freddie
Freddie
Prinze.
Oh wow.
Dude, Freddie was like, man, you got to start saying no.
How stupid. I was like, Freddie Mercury?
Yeah, Freddie Mercury. Yeah,
That's where my brain was.
yeah, Freddie Mercury.
I was like, Freddie Mercury? You watched his documentary?
and just the way he dealt with adversity really
Yeah,
inspired
yeah.
Freddie, because I do a podcast with him.
Yeah.
And he said to me one day, he was like, man, you have just got to stop. He goes, you think I'm a nice guy? I go, yeah. And he goes, do you think people get things past me? I go, no. And he goes, because
he grew up in the business too long, and
because
he knows.
he's like, I just say no, and I'm firm and respectful. I don't say no as like an asshole.
Yeah.
I just say I'm not going to do that, or I'm not comfortable with this,
Yeah.
or we're not doing that.
Yeah.
And I would hear him say it, and I would watch the other person's reaction, and you know, I guess some part of me was like, well, are they still going to like me if I say no?
I know. It's like, am I burning this bridge if I say no?
And I would watch the reaction that they gave to him, and I was like, oh, okay,
It's
so
all good.
It's just a
they
no.
deal with it all the time.
It was an interesting, like, it has helped me so much to be able to go, oh, I don't have to do that.
We gotta get Freddie in here. I love Freddie.
Man, Freddie will come in anytime.
Yeah, he's the best.
You let me know. I'll
He's so nice.
one of the nicest, a huge fighting guy.
Oh yeah.
Like,
No, he's the best.
do you know he's legit, like, not you legit fighter, but like, I think Golden Gloves boxer.
Freddie was? Oh, I didn't know that.
Dude, Freddie can throw hands.
Oh wow.
And I think he's like like purple or brown in
Yeah, I know. I
jiu-jitsu.
knew he was like purple. I think in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's the man.
he's
such a good dude.
he also
He
will
also
tell
knows
you,
comedy, dude.
Yeah,
Think about his dad.
he is a
His dad
comedy
was-
nerd.
He would go to the rooms, you know. Grew up in
He
comedy.
goes to sleep at night watching comedy specials.
Yeah.
He like is a comedy. He's also one of the best chefs. Legit. He has a cookbook out. Like he does the Freddie Prinze cookbook is
He's
legit.
big in the gaming too, right?
Yep.
Holy
And-
shit! His Instagram is all food.
Yeah. I guess I hadn't noticed that.
I mean,
And
Freddie,
look at us.
you got to chill out a little bit on the food.
That I got him that Randy the Macho Man Savage shirt from Wyco in Kansas City.
Oh, because he used to write for WWE.
Yeah,
right?
the guys at Wyco are amazing. Their vintage shop, the t-shirt shop. I got that Randy the Macho Man Savage t-shirt
That is
there.
dope,
Yeah, dude.
dude. You know, Netflix is doing a thing on Hulk Hogan. Chris Hemsworth is playing Hulk Hogan.
What? I'm gonna tell you, man.
It's gonna like peel back the kind of the.
Were you a
filter on
Hulkster
WWE.
guy?
I was a Macho Man guy.
Me too. Without a doubt.
When I get hurt as a kid, instead of crying, I'd go Macho Man, Macho Man, Macho Man. That's how big of a fan I was. I remember I fell on my bike and I'd be like, Macho Man, Macho
Holding
Man.
in the tears, Macho
Yeah, I'd be like, Macho Man, Macho Man. My brother's like,
That is so funny.
yeah, but Chris Hemsworth has put on massive weight to play Hulk Hogan.
I loved Macho Man. I loved Miss Elizabeth.
I was a Warrior fan too, Ultimate Warrior.
He just
now at the time, when people were like, "Oh, he's gay," it's like, at the time I was like, "No." Now I'm older. I'm like, "Oh my god."
You think so? To me, he just
Ultimate
seemed like
Warrior's like out?
really.
I mean, I think he passed away, but
he did pass away. Was he out?
yeah, like what gave it away, dude? The rainbow bands and the fucking teased hair all the time.
But that's half of the WWE, man.
He was really into it.
The thing is, what always struck me as him, and by the way, I loved watching him. But on the mic, he seemed like the dummiest dummy. Like when you would hear him talk, and I
give
know
a
that was part of
promo?
the character.
Yeah, I know.
But
But
it was like
"Ugh, tone
even
it down a notch on the dumbass.
the promo. My favorite promo guy of all time is Jake the Snake. Jake the Snake, because he had that real easy way of talking.
Oh, he was good and scary. I liked Undertaker
scary.
too. And I also, my favorite promo rip of all time is when Booker T. Washington drops the M-bomb and saying Hulk Hogan.
No, I never
He goes,
saw that.
Hulk Hogan, come for you, and says the N-word on accident. And he goes, and then the girl goes, oh. You never seen that? Yeah,
never
you can
seen
tell
that.
he's just dropping the N-bomb like
Yeah,
around his friends.
yeah.
And then he goes to cut a promo. And he's doing the wrestling. He goes,
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, I'm coming for you, Nick. And then drops the N-word. And you see the girl in the back like this. It's great. Bring that up, Chin. It's fantastic. You never seen that?
What's his
I've
name
never
again?
seen that.
Booker
T?
Booker Washington, I think. Might be Booker T. Hulk Hogan, it's probably one of the first promos that come up.
Randy the Macho Man, and I steroids to me, right? You always knew he did steroids, but when you remember him in Spider-Man, Randy the Macho Man, he looked
Oh, dude, he was so juicy.
like
He died like 3 weeks after that. Dude,
he had veins in his nose, like he was.
all, get down from here. Remember? And you're like, are you okay, dude?
I was like,
Like
this
the
dude-
lines were tough to get out. He was like, ooh, yeah. He's all, get down from here. You're all, oh, he's going to have a heart attack. He's all purple. Dude, here it is. Here, turn this up.
Oh, no.
Watch the girl.
Hold on, let me rewind this real quick.
Like your normal person. Look at the white girl. I can't believe you guys never seen this. Like, so excited for you.
Talking about a clique. The only clique you need to know about is the Harlem Heat and Sister Sherry. See, because what you dealing with here
Look
is
at her.
brotherhood. It's non-stop from this point on in WCW. We take what we want, and after we take Lex Luger and the Giant, we want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Did you see him go? Oh,
Hulk Hogan,
Watch him-
we coming for you, nigga.
he put his hands.
Look at the white girl.
And he put his hands up like, oh, what the
went-
fuck? Yeah.
But he's standing character.
No, the dude stayed in character was dude who over here, man.
Because he knows that he's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, he's
the
like-
guy over there's like,
The guy, you're the guy on the left
white
was
girl
like,
was like this. Oh,
was happy.
the guy on the left was like, I guess
Play it one more time.
we know who's doing the promo next week. Like that dude.
Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
Why not, for the record?
Oh my god! And Mean Gene let it roll,
Mean Gene was like,
dude.
anyways, isn't that great?
I will. The one thing that always struck me when I was watching wrestling is look, they got to wear those tiny shorts,
Yeah.
but they're so juiced up.
Ooh, they're juicy.
There's,
And I love it.
Like, yeah, I'm in it, but like, I think if you were gonna make me wear something that tight, I would have to. I couldn't go tiny dick like that.
No, but they definitely do some stuff.
I would have to put like a like a fleshlight, but a permanent fleshlight that is just you put it on to make your dick look bigger.
That's fair.
That's actually not a terrible product.
No, or even like a thick gummy worm,
Yeah, something like
a
that.
thick earthworm.
Yeah, dude. Yes. And it's like a dick. Call it a dick sock, and it just
For
makes
wrestlers?
your dick look.
Not a bad idea.
This is not a terrible idea. You say for wrestlers, like I'm not wearing it tomorrow.
Yeah, you're like, wait, what?
For wrestlers,
All right, let's go to current events. I know you're dying from heat, Chin.
it's warm.
I
in
am.
here.
Did Lewis?
I don't know. I texted.
I gotta like.
Yeah, I know. We
get
gotta
on
figure
him.
it out.
By the way, I heard him singing.
Sings like a goddamn Korean angel.
Legit. This
You never
dude.
heard him sing before?
He played me some of the because he like I
We
like
found
country
out
music.
we love
also.
country music. We
Oh,
both
I love country
I like
music,
country,
too.
and so he played me one of his songs. I was like, get
Have you done anything new, Chin?
No, not recently. Well, an old song.
yeah,
Krista
Tennessee
Berg.
whiskey.
The most recent one is Lady in Red. I just did a cover.
Oh,
Lady
yeah.
in Red. Old school.
Crazy man. You don't
Did
expect.
you post it to Instagram?
Yeah,
Lady, when did you post that?
a couple weeks ago.
Really? Play it for me. Let me see Lady in Red.
By the way, let me ask you. I was in Nashville. Let me ask you your professional opinion. You've been in Nashville.
Oh yeah, a bunch. Zanies, dog.
Love Zanies. I'm gonna say something that's controversial. Hattie
Booker
B.
T. Washington controversial?
No, Hattie B's hot chicken.
Oh,
Overrated.
you didn't like it?
No,
Did
it's-
you wait in line?
Listen, it's not that I don't like it.
Did you wait in line though?
We didn't wait in line.
Yeah, you got to call.
Okay. Let me just say this. It's not that I don't like it, everybody.
I loved it.
But it's overrated because it's just hot. It doesn't taste like anything.
It's
hot. It's just hot
Now
chicken.
here's another hot take, no pun intended. Kat, where do you get your
Howlin' Rays.
you're at Howlin' Rays?
No.
Kat, will you bring in Wednesday?
Wednesday, I'll work on it.
It will blow your fucking mind. Is it a nightmare for you to get now, Kat, because you don't live over there?
No, I have a hookup there.
I'm telling you, dude,
Is it chicken?
it's hot chicken sandwiches, and it's the best in the world.
I'm in. I'm just saying.
It's like Kat brings it cold, and I eat the fuck out of it.
I like a cold fried chicken.
I'm
by
telling
the
you,
way.
it shits on whatever Hattie B's.
Hattie B's?
Now, Hattie B's, I enjoy.
I enjoy
it's
it.
good. Howlin' Rays, Booker T. Washington's that thing in the program. It's so good. It's so good.
I would compare it to, you know, some people come to LA and they're like, I mean, the In-N-Out is good, but it's not like.
It's overrated.
So for me, they talked it up so much that I thought it was hot, but it didn't have a lot of flavor. Like,
Dude, Howlin' B's is magical. I don't hype it up too much, but it's fucking. You'll do a Booker T. Washington promo after you eat that thing. It's so good.
I'm ready. That sandwich right there, because I like a little coleslaw on.
I like it messy, dude.
Give me a coleslaw and pickle
Make it
on my
messy.
sandwich.
Yeah, get messy with
100%.
it.
Although I, oh my god, I'm gonna shit for like a day after I eat
It's,
that.
dude, I'm telling you, it's worth it.
You didn't hear me say I wasn't gonna eat it. Did
I
you?
hear you, dude.
You
I'm
didn't-
just
I'm-
trying to convince you to shit your pants.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right,
in.
Chin, what do you got? Let's go. And is Howlin' Rays, were they based out of somewhere?
Chinatown. The
And they're
guy is
based out of
originally,
Chinatown?
I think, from the South.
Hell
Him and
yeah.
his best friend moved out here and started their own restaurant.
Cat has a little too much insight in
I
he's
am
actually a really nice guy.
I'm obsessed
Okay.
with that place.
His son is in second grade. You're like,
He's actually really kind. Okay?
I'm obsessed with that place. When you go in there, all of the workers are so cool. After
they know
going-
you?
Yeah, they'll give you like free shift. They see you a couple times. It's
Where
so
is it?
nice. In Chinatown. That's another weird thing. It's
In-
in a hole in a wall, basically.
That's what you
By
want.
the way, that's how but when I eat Chinese food, I don't know if I told you this. Like, I don't want my Chinese food restaurant to have an A in the window.
No,
I-
I'm looking for C's and B's.
I want to walk in and I either want to think this is either going to be the most authentic tasting thing I've ever had, or I'm going to have
complete
hot
shit.
diarrhea for about a week.
You want C's and B's, just like you want your kid getting C's and B's.
Dude.
Like the most rich people in the world got C's and B's.
You know what? When I walk into a Chinese restaurant, I want to see like a little Asian kid doing math by the cash register,
Yeah, I'd like that.
and his grandmother yelling at him in Chinese. You know what I mean? Like I want
the good mints.
Dude, it should look like the opening scene of Gremlins, like
Yeah.
one of those, like where you're like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, I like
that's
that.
what I want.
Yeah,
it to be.
or I want to look like Big Trouble at Little China.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. With a
Misty.
little,
yeah.
probably haunted, whatever.
Who is?
What's this?
So this is Bella Thorne. She was a Disney actress when she was a kid. She's now an adult, and she announced the other day that she was gonna have an OnlyFans account, and she crashed the site when she launched.
they weren't ready for.
They weren't ready for it. Her rates start at $20 to $60, and they're estimating that she's gonna make $1 million a month.
What, for naked pictures or just?
You could post whatever you want on OnlyFans.
Hold on, before I react, how old, Kat?
22.
Okay, so where was I? Yeah, she's ridiculous. She's super hot.
That's the time.
Dude, she has 23 million followers.
I think the appeal is also that she was on Disney.
Disney. But is she
That's where the creep
posting
come
nudes on this?
You could. It doesn't necessarily mean she is. She just says that she's launching an OnlyFans account, and she already posts up kind of risque photos of herself. So we don't know exactly what's going to be
bodied
on
up.
there.
But you like my boy Stevie Blue Eyes. His girlfriend's, you know, one of the biggest porn stars in the world.
Who's his girlfriend?
Something Annis.
Annis or Anus?
Nicole
Is that a
Aniston.
nice way?
Nicole Aniston.
Oh, Aniston. I thought you said Annis. I'm like,
No,
we pronounce it Anus.
You know her
but
work, Nicole Aniston.
I don't.
She's a beast.
I'm gonna.
In a good way. But what's interesting is he goes, you don't like it's OnlyFans has changed the game for porno stars because now there's no set, there's no like they don't have to pay anybody a fee.
Right.
They do OnlyFans a bunch of times a week and they're making stupid money. So that $1 million doesn't surprise me at all because I know how much some of these other girls make. Because now they're just like posting like Nicole's posting, you know, fucking Stevie and it's just for OnlyFans and then they don't have to upload to YouPorn or nothing. They're
She's
making
posting fucking Stevie.
Mm-hmm.
Your
Stevie's a porno star.
opener is a porno star.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm gonna have to get familiar with her work
You should.
because I'm gonna have to at least look. You know, if he's a friend of a friend, I gotta look.
You gotta look.
Yeah, I mean,
you gotta look.
wait. So Stevie's packing heat.
I mean, not, you know, Sun's heat, but
Right,
Yeah,
but okay.
but bigger than Shaq.
How? Listen. I can't believe it. I
Okay,
can't believe
dude.
that it's someone that big.
Well, go to heat.com and you'll see.
How much would it cost you? So say I was going to tell you, listen, B, you're going to make $1 million a month on an OnlyFans account, but it's got to be cock and ball shots.
Of like me jerking off. for a
No,
mil?
just whatever OnlyFans, whatever they're doing.
I don't know what all they do on.
Yeah,
there.
so if they're,
like, do they make requests?
I don't know.
Cat gets demands all the time.
what do you mean
For
gets
feet.
demands?
For my
wanna see
feet,
her
yeah.
feet and her body.
The feet people, I don't. By the way, I don't get the feet people. I just don't.
I tried, like, it was like, maybe you like this. I'm like, all right, well, let me see what. And I'm like, it's weird, dude.
It
doesn't even look right.
I don't.
And also, feet are bigger than hands. So then it's like these big feet and this dick. And it's like, even if it's a good sized dick,
Yeah.
like feet are pretty big. Dude.
And by the
Like
way,
just a size of girl 6 is pretty big.
you know what feels better than feet? A pussy.
Yeah.
Oh, every time.
Even a mouth.
100% of
Even
the
a
time.
mouth.
100, without a doubt. Don't say even a mouth like it's not.
No, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Feet would be my last. I can think of
I go.
5 other body parts I'd rather.
Yeah, I go mouth, vagina,
Ass.
ass. Without a doubt, dude. Both hands, both of my hands,
Titties.
titties. I mean,
Feet are dead.
yeah, I
last.
even go neck.
Your
I might
walkers?
hit your neck.
If you're fat, sure.
I'd definitely go armpit before I go
If you're
feet.
fat,
Yeah.
yeah. Can't have some skinny bitch with her armpit on me.
Yeah, I'd be pitted before I'd be footed.
Footed's weird.
I just don't.
I tried getting into it, man. I
Because-
watched a video. I'm like,
What's the deal? They're
even
like,
this little Asian girl had her feet on it.
But they're like
it's
this,
just an
right?
Angle. Yeah,
the
whole
vagina's
setup's-
right there.
The whole setup's weird.
The
dude.
vagina's right there.
I know,
I've never been.
and it looks complicated. Also, dude, do this for a minute. Her thighs must be on fire.
And her hams.
Do this for a minute.
Yeah.
Try this for a minute. But
your
try
feet
this
and
for a
your
minute.
feet.
You can do this all
Now
day.
try this for a minute.
Try this for a minute.
Because your feet are got to be kind of together.
Oh, dude, this for a minute, dude.
Yeah. But I've never had a foot job like that. I've tried to fuck the feet in between like that, like the, you know, what's the foot,
Oh, the webbing.
yeah, no, like not the fucking fish.
When I thought you were talking about the webbing of a feet.
No, but like if you're like this, you put your dick in between the foot.
Not into it, dude.
And you grease it up.
Not into it.
Well,
That's footing.
But I'm gonna. But no, they're not doing the movement.
Oh, you're fucking the feet.
Yeah.
Well, that's not fun.
Neither one is fun. I mean, it was.
It's
fun.
just the other one that, like, take my money because it must be exhausting.
I will tell you this: the one thing, and I was curious about. This is. I know it's gonna sound stupid because I did it twice. The first time, I was like, okay, I want to do that again because I almost was like, it was like an Olympic sport. I'm like, I want to see how far up I can. I can make it.
Oh.
So if you're here, the first time I had it angled down wrong, so it ended here. But I'm like, I wonder if I can make. So I was just trying to go
Shoot
for
ropes?
distance. I was going for distance. But at my age, there's not a lot of distance.
No, that game's passed.
No, it's like because you want to like sometimes you're like this is gonna be a fucking
Yeah, that's
this is gonna and then it just goes
like,
Yeah, it just goes.
you're like, ah, fuck.
You're a dad. Damn
I know,
it. That
dude.
is not exactly what I want.
No, man. Porno stars and OnlyFans. It's like cut out the middle, man. It's almost, it's like
I would do it for 6 months to make $6 million quick, and then maybe drop out.
yeah, I don't know.
You got young kids. My kids are old. They've already
yeah, your
seen
kids
dumb
know
shit.
you're a good dude. My kid'd be like, "What the fuck?" And you didn't need to do it. Nope.
Oh, that last. You didn't need to.
No.
Just
No.
wanted to try something new.
We were living in this house. You did that. Yep. Want the money?
But what's her like?
But she has such a huge following. What's she been doing? Like, how's she get so big?
She recently started directing porn too.
Interesting.
Oh, well, I know.
But
this
she was-
movie ends.
huge.
She's not in porn. She
Not in,
directs
yeah.
it. I don't know
Listen.
if that makes a big
sure.
difference, but
Her porn won an award too, I believe,
I think so. Yeah.
at the AVNs. So this is like Jake, my son's age. Like this is who. So when you say he's going to make $1 million, 500,000 is because my son logged in.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like that age group. It's like when you used to tune in to that TV channel because you thought you might get a fuzzy titty.
Yeah.
So she may never have to actual post nudes
No.
as long as people think she might the next time.
What did she post about Quentin Tarantino?
That's your guy.
Happy birthday.
Oh, okay. I thought she was like hating on him or something.
No, that's your guy.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Wow. Yeah, I'm a fan. I mean, I don't know what she does, but here's the thing: like, people making bank in all sorts of different ways. Good for them, man. Especially during pandemic.
The OnlyFans, I've seen a lot of people start to go to the OnlyFans. They must be making a ton. But it's like the Patreon for people who want to show their tits, right? Patreon?
Patreon.
Patreon?
Yeah, it's for hardcore fans. Now, is it a one-time payment or is it a monthly thing? Like,
It's
It's
gotta
a
be
monthly
monthly.
subscription.
Everything
I would-
subscription now.
I would,
well, she's a very pretty girl.
if you're a dad, do these pictures bother you?
You sure do.
It's so interesting. Like,
They sure do.
these pictures, it's hard.
It's tough, man, especially in 2020.
Yeah, because you know what it is? Look, you hope that this isn't the rest of the life. But as a young woman, especially a Disney star, when you're kept under such lock and key,
Sure.
I'm sure there's a period where you're like, I want to show my body. I want to show what I look like. I want to show everybody how good looking I am. And I want to be a grown up. That's the best thing.
It's just tough when you have kids. And
Dude.
now on social media, like these posts, your kids are going to be able to get a lot of this stuff.
Oh, you mean 10 years from now, 15 years from now? Is there anything that you can think of that you are like, man, I hope they don't see that I did that?
No. I mean, there's gonna be a archive of just me talking bullshit.
Right.
But they're gonna get a real good when I pass, if they want to listen to it. they're
Yeah.
like, holy shit, Dad was a dumbass.
Yeah.
He did this all the time, you know?
Are you going to show them your fights?
He asked the other day for it because I'm always watching. He sees me watching it. And then I showed him. He's like, Jesus Christ. Because it doesn't really look like me. I have a shaved head.
Yeah.
He's like, that's you, Papa? Boom, boom. He calls it pow pow. I'm like, that's pow. Dad doing pow pow. He's like, why would you do that? And then we were driving the other day. He goes, I'm going to do pow pow. I go, no, you're not.
Because you don't want them to fight.
No, hell no. No. Rich kid, listen. Name the best, toughest rich kid you know.
Right.
Not that I'm that rich, but I'm just saying, like,
No, I'm with you.
the kids don't come from that. Like, he's going to have too many options to be a fighter.
Do you think people get into fighting because they don't have options?
100%. Yeah. The best ones don't do it because they could have went to, MIT.
No, I understand that, but like, are you saying like,
Especially because my son's not going to be small.
Right.
Like, both of them will be big. They're going to play football. Like, there's no guarantee. Fighting's too rough of it. Like, Dana White's the most famous man in mixed martial arts. He goes, fighting's not a career. It's just, what do you say it is, Chin? It's an opportunity.
Yeah.
It's not a career, though. He's like, this business isn't a career for anybody.
because except for the very few, it's a 3 year. What's the average?
I think 2.5 years average.
That's like
career.
a running back in the NFL.
Yeah. Even theirs is 3.5.
But the running back in the NFL is at least guaranteed a certain amount of money.
He's at least getting money.
But what are these
This is not
guys?
a career, this opportunity, So he's just like,
Do you think there will be a point in time? Because right now, to me, all of the best athletes, play either football or basketball.
Because it's life-changing money. The only one making life-changing money in the UFC is Conor McGregor.
So you don't think there'll be a time where you see like some of the great athletes be like, you know what? That's what I want to do, as opposed to basketball or football or
It's too tough. It's too tough.
It's not the first option.
It's just not.
basically.
Yeah, it's too like getting punched in the face. It's not fun.
No.
The practices are a nightmare. Like there's no off season. The notoriety is not even close to what you'd get if you're like in the NBA or NFL. The guarantees, like there's steps to get to the NFL. There's steps to get to the NBA. There's no steps for the UFC. It's just a tough go, man. The best athletes aren't going to go into it, and they're also seeing how many people are fucked over. Because for every Conor McGregor in the NBA, they're all making more than Conor
Right.
McGregor. They're like, granted he had the $100 million fight, but for the majority, all those guys are getting guaranteed money. Conor's a once in a 2 billion fighters.
I mean, even the last. Who's the 12th person on the Lakers bench? You think? I mean, who do you think the
White guy who has terrible hair, Caruso or whatever.
But how much?
But the minimum there,
what are they making?
they're making guaranteed money.
Are they the? You think
To put average NBA contract.
Do you think the average NBA contract? Take away the top 3 in the UFC. You think the average NBA contract is better than some people in what they make in the top 10?
Not even close. I think like 7.7 is the average salary, and that's guaranteed.
Right.
The average UFC contract, I think, is 30 grand.
So
if you're
back me up a little bit. What's the so it is like
all they can do.
Look at that, dude. That's earns about 138,000.
So according to history, the average UFC fighter earns about 138,000 on an annual basis, well ahead of the 45,000 a year average.
Yeah, but they're
So
only making it for a finite amount of time. And is that 138,000?
And that's not
after
guaranteed.
they pay their manager?
Nope. That's probably for what on contract they have on paper. So 138 grand.
And so, and when you sign a contract for the UFC, you sign by the fight?
It's usually a 6-fight deal.
6-fight deal. So you know ahead of time, or can you negotiate? Say you kill it the first 2 fights. Can you go,
Nope.
you know what, Dana, I want more of this third fight?
If you let's say you have a 6-fight deal and 4 fights in a contract, you're fighting for a title, you can renegotiate. But even then, that's like up in the air.
And is the 6-fight seems like a fucking lot, and
Basically,
seems to be
2
weighed.
years, 2 years.
6 fights, 2 years?
If you're really active.
I
2
just
to 3
don't
years.
remember.
6 fights is 2 to 3. So
Do
you're fighting twice a
boxers
year.
fight as much?
No way. No way.
Like boxers don't fight nearly as much. Is that because they get hit more?
Boxing is just a different animal. When you think about the cards, there's not many fighters on there. The big names fight once a year, maybe twice a year.
But why? So I think I did read that boxers just get hit more.
They get hit more for sure.
They get hit more.
Yeah.
Do you think that's why they don't fight as much? Do you think
there's not enough? Think about it. Like UFC has a card every weekend till the end of the year. Like boxing, it's like
I
there's
always
not that
thought it
many
was for
cards.
recovery. Like how long does it take to recover from a fight?
It just depends how the fight went. But you're talking like guys get 60-day suspensions, 90-day suspensions after a fight.
How long would it take you? Say what's the fight that
The camps are that beat you up. You're in camp for 12 weeks. And then you do the fight. You need a break, man.
Yeah.
Again, there's no off season. Like if my kid's super athletic, the fighting's the last thing. You know how much money they can make if they're a Premier League soccer player?
Yeah,
These guys are
I
the highest paid.
I know, like it's
And it's
so
all
funny.
guaranteed money. Or baseball. Guaranteed money.
Baseball that guaranteed money in baseball is, and the other thing
And no
about
head
baseball-
trauma. Your worst injury, what? Your
Dude, do
Tommy
you
John surgery? Who
You
gives a
watch.
fuck?
You watch basketball. You watch
I watch
how.
everything.
You watch I love the NBA and TNT. I love Chuck and Kenny and Shaq together. But when they get up and run to the board,
Yeah.
to see how hard it is for those guys to walk.
Oh, I
now they're
know, their
big
knees.
dudes, right? Baseball players don't have the way.
Baseball, you never hear anything.
They don't have any of that limp or anything. Nothing.
But also, those guys like Charles Barkley's, what, 6'10"?
No.
Shaquille O'Neal
6'5".
No.
Barkley 6'5".
Has to be 6'7". at least.
6'5".
I'll say 6'8".
6'5".
I'll say 6'8". Charles Barkley 6'8".
I say 6'5".
Played power forward. Dude.
Yes, I know he did. But he was, one of his thing was that he was super short. 6'6".
6'6".
Yeah, dude, what a freak to be able to 6'6" and jump amongst those trees.
Oh, dude, MVP. What a freak.
You know what? One of my favorite athletic body type is the chubby athletic dude. That's why I loved Chris Farley.
Daniel Cormier.
Dude, I love it, man. When you're like, there's no way that dude's in anything. You're like, did he just do a triple reverse flip?
First team all dad, man.
Yo, when Chris Farley used to do, what are those called? Handstands and cartwheels. I'm like, come on, man.
Will Sasso, super athletic.
Is he?
Yeah.
Sasso's athletic?
Has calves like this.
But if you're a big dude, you got calves.
Yeah, that's true.
Like big
You
guys.
gotta carry the weight.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, if you're over 300 pounds, you wear shorts in the winter. You know what I mean? Those guys.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's right. Fat guys always have giant calves.
Giant.
'Cause they gotta, you know.
What is that?
That's Will Sasso's calf.
Get the. Why is it bigger than my thigh?
He's
His
so
thighs are also not small. Yeah, that his head, his calf is close to his size of his face.
And Will's killing it, man. Has his own show now on TV.
What is it?
I forget the show. It looked really good. It reminds me of Kings of Queens. Remember
Really?
that show? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did see a commercial
Yeah,
for that,
yeah.
man.
It looks really good.
United we fall.
All right, give us one more current event. I could pick Tiger up at 3.
Alrighty. Another one?
Choose whichever one I think you think is best.
I don't care too much about that one. What'd you say?
I just started following her on Instagram, Halle Berry.
She's so hot. She's 50.
Oh my gosh, she's 51.
Yeah, dude.
I'll just pick one.
Just gifted.
It's
That's Catwoman, dude.
it's mind blowing to
How
me.
hot she is.
And Selma, like,
Have you seen her in person?
I've never seen her in person.
Halle
I've seen
Berry?
Selma Hayek in person. When I saw Selma Hayek in person, and I was just like, what is happening right now?
You'll risk everything for it.
It's and by the way, to me there's something super sexy about a woman over 50 who looks like Selma
Oh, me
Hayek
too.
and Halle Berry.
Oh, yeah.
Like, golly. By the way, my wife, my wife also smoke show.
Smoke
Bring
show.
up a picture of Bethany Wolf, man.
Yeah, your wife's
Bethany Wolf.
smoking.
Dude, she is. And
Dude, we have Thick Girl dropping, Thick Girl merch dropping on Friday. And they're like, oh, we need a mall or something like that. I'm like, if you need a hot thick girl, my wife is the hottest thick girl you're
look
ever
at her.
gonna see.
Look at
Yeah, your wife is
get the
smoking.
fuck out of here, dude. What am I doing with that?
Does she have an OnlyFans account?
I'm gonna ask her. It's not.
Does she want to make bank or not, dude? Because I would subscribe. Yeah,
She's like,
super
who's
pretty.
the old dude next to that? And dude, like that is. Wait, look at the pink shirt. She took this picture last year.
How old is she?
50.
Jesus.
0 work ski. 0. And her body is banging. She was on Church. She went on Joey's show. Yeah, dude. But there's something about how over 50 that they carry themselves with such confidence.
Yeah, they don't have to try as hard.
No, it's so sexy. It's crazy.
Now, do you and her have kids together?
We do not.
You don't.
No.
You wish you did?
That's a great question. Yes and no. Yes, because
You have 19 kids.
right. Yes, because it's such a crazy. Look at her. God damn. It is such a cool thing to experience with somebody else. But we did. She really raised my kids. You know, I was on the road, bro.
Because you got together with her how long ago?
2001 is when we first started
So
dating.
19 years.
Yeah, man. And so she's when I've
You
been on
guys
the
are an
road,
attractive couple. Both of you guys are. It's like nobody outkicked their coverage.
I outkicked mine.
You're a good looking dude.
But look at this. Look at
how old are you?
50.
Look at most 50-year-olds. Men,
I know.
like, they're either gonna be rich, like creepy, to get a hot chick, you know?
You know what I'm glad never started happening to me? You know when some guys get older, that one eye starts to close?
The sniper eye.
And you're like, what the fuck?
They look like snipers.
Yeah.
Like, oh, were you in Vietnam? I was not. I was not.
Why is your one
I'm just
eye?
getting old.
Yeah.
I would just tell people I was a sniper.
Is your left eye giving up, bro?
Yeah, I did.
Like,
dude.
what
Yeah.
the fuck?
Ryan got
is
his
it?
lids done because of it. Yeah.
Was his dropping?
Oh yeah. Both were dropping. Though.
Oh, he was getting heavy lid?
Yeah, he couldn't see.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not
He
good.
looks exactly the same, but whatever.
I wasn't going to say it, but yeah.
All right, give us this last one.
All right, I don't know who this is exactly, but I guess he's some sort of famous mountain biker. But check out this trick he did.
Holy shit.
That's a fucking hard pass for me.
Oh.
On rocks.
I wonder what kind of shock you guys.
How creepy is
Oh
that?
my
Dude,
god!
That yes was a thank God he didn't
He
die.
died,
Yes.
That's just insane.
That's
Absolutely
in
insane.
St. George, or no? Yes, that's in Utah.
I got so many questions. Question number one, like, how do you practice that?
He probably does it on a ramp into
But, like-
on the soft pit.
But that
Whose
is
idea
such a
was- I know.
descent.
I want to know what bike he was on, like the shocks and like
Not
that's,
my questions at all.
Sorry,
Yeah,
you're right.
like
this is biker time.
What type of seat does he have
no,
not for
the
it to go up
is that
his
a 38
asshole?
fork?
What are we?
But he's
talking
also. It looks like he's a motorcyclist too, right?
Yeah. Looks like he does all that stuff.
about?
Those dudes are different.
Yeah.
It's just not. it's
especially
just
the
not-
guys that flip
Ooh.
those bikes.
Can you tell?
Are you looking at the bike?
Yeah, I can't tell. But you see how they have the downhill shocks? See how the shocks start at the handlebars?
Yeah.
See this one? Look at this.
But
Jesus Christ.
here's another reason why these people they're a different breed. So he's not wearing any protection on the upper half of his body.
Just the head.
So if he falls, his entire back and chest is going to be one giant open wound.
See, but it's almost like these guys, like it's far and few between who make real money. So it's like you want
Without
your
a
son
doubt.
to be this guy or a UFC fighter. Like there's really no difference.
But the UFC guys have to make more than these guys.
But who, like Travis Persona? You know what I'm saying? Like some of those guys, make real money, dude.
I'm just not like
Like the extreme sports guys.
there's nothing in my DNA when I see that kind of stuff that
Nah.
makes me go, oh, I got to do
No
that.
way. Nothing.
Nothing in my DNA.
That looks like a YT bike. It is.
What does
we
that mean?
ride one of the same bikes. That's a YT industry bike.
What would it take for you in your size to be able to do a flip like that?
I don't know. Don't want to find out.
Yeah,
it's just not. I'm just not into it.
You might need
when it's that
4
scary. I'm
wheels.
just like, fuck, dude.
You might need some extra.
I need a motorcycle.
Yeah,
But also, it's
yeah.
like you get hurt doing that. Like I don't want to be hurt and coming here with a fucking cast and
And you
like,
broke a crank too.
Yeah, I break cranks and shit. I'm too big for the. It's a nightmare.
Yeah,
But
I
I mean that's dope, man. That's dope. Shout out to YT Industries.
And this guy's name's Ethan Nell.
Shout out to Ethan Nell, YT Team YT. All right, man. I gotta pick up my kiddo.
Yeah, dude, I got to run in.
We love you, man.
Dude, thanks for having
what
me
were we
again.
talking about doing Wednesday?
You tell me, man. I sent you some ideas.
But I thought I said something. Didn't I?
Howlin' Race?
That's
oh,
right.
for sure.
It's Howlin' Ray's Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm in for that.
Now Howlin' Ray's not coming in here, but the sandwiches will be.
Yeah. By the way, I don't give a fuck if Howlin' Ray comes in
I
at all.
guess, dude. Yeah, tell us about your sandwich. I guess that's always the worst, dude. When people are like, "I'd love to come on your podcast, man," and talk, I'm like, "No, I'm telling you, it's not going to work."
You know what gets me is, and I know I do love people who are passionate about what they do. I do, but I don't need to know how you cooked it.
No.
Just put it down in
And
front
also,
of
you
me.
don't need to be on the show. Tell us.
No.
People don't give a fuck.
No, like when they come over, like someone's like the chef would like to tell you how you prepared
Oh,
it. I don't.
Not
really?
into it, dude.
Okay,
Not into it.
I'm happy. You're happy, but like,
But I'll entertain it. But
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm not into it.
no, I don't
Isn't it
need.
strange?
People are like we've sauteed the.
Dude,
I
don't give a. You might as well speaking French. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm never good. Is it good? Cool.
Yeah.
I'm on.
Can you
board
tell
for
somebody
that.
else, and then like someone gives me the cliff notes on the way out? It's fuck. Yeah, it is strange.
Yeah, I'm not my thing, man.
Well, we love you, man. Any more road dates? Taking it easy. What are you doing?
I have a lot of road dates
The
coming
world's
up.
on fire, so
at
who
the-
knows?
At the end of September and October, I got a lot of road dates coming up. But just keep checking out my stuff, man. And again, a huge thanks to the people who reached out to share their stories with me. It was truly humbling.
Yeah, that's
so
cool, man.
It was super cool. But my website has everything, and check out my YouTube page and my Facebook page. I put out new content.
And your
daily.
merch is crushing it too, man.
Yeah, the merch is shop.upstatemerch.com/Josh Wolf. That's a lot.
That's tough.
Yeah.
So you can't do it at joshwolf.com?
Yeah, it's on this one right here,
Okay.
joshwolf.com.
Oh, there you go.
Comedian Josh Wolf.
Yeah, there you
my
go.
special's on there, and you can come in.
Love it, man. Yeah, you're all over, man.
Yeah, bro. That's
September.
I hate that. No, that Boise just closed.
Boise's closed, but
So I'm
there's
skipping-
a chance the Orange Peel in
Yes.
North Carolina could happen, Nashville, and then Punchline Atlanta.
And then I'm through in October.
Atlanta's going to happen.
Yes. In October, I'm in like Columbus and
The Funny Bone?
Yeah, I love that club.
Me too.
Oh, there we go. Columbus, Liberty Township, Omaha.
The
In
Triple Door, Seattle.
Yeah, that's a little.
The other one shut down in Seattle. You know that?
The one in Tacoma or the one in Seattle?
Seattle.
Really?
In Bellevue.
Oh, yeah. But that had a club. Remember the club that would start during your late show Saturday?
Oh, yeah.
So you'd be like,
Yeah, you'd be like, what the? And people are like, what the? The whole crowd's like, what the? That club shut down, though.
Yeah.
Which it was a great club.
I enjoyed it,
Poorly
man.
ran. Great club, though.
I did like that you never had to go outside because the hotel was attached by a sky bridge.
Yeah, that's cool.
So you could just walk into the mall and eat and never actually
Yeah,
go
I'm
outside.
doing
New stuff?
Austin. New stuff. I'm doing Austin end of September, and their first week that Cap City's open is September 1st. So we're hoping it happens end of September. That's Austin, September 24th, 26th. Actually going out early, looking at houses.
Nice.
And then Dallas is October 1st through the 3rd. Nashville.
I'll see you there, brother.
Yes, Nashville is November 19th through 21st. Again, the world's on fire. Who knows? But that's the plan right now.
Yeah. And check out my Facebook and YouTube pages, guys. There's a lot of new stuff.
Thick Girl drops this Friday along with Thick Boy authentic NBA jerseys. That's at thickboy.com. All right, man. We love you.
Thanks for having me.
We're out.
Later.